Welcome to the West Gippsland, a very historic grand final here on September the 15th, the year 2001. A week leading up to the game has seen tragedy in America, catastrophe in Australia. But here today, we're back playing the greatest game of all, Australian rules football, and I welcome Derek Brown, my co-commentator, to us. Derek, much better than year 2000.
Yes, thanks very much, Bob, and it's a pleasure to be here. It should be a very interesting game. Obviously, records in the past don't mean a great deal today, I don't think, but Beaconsfield would be going in brimming with confidence, Bob.
Oh, look, they would certainly be going in as probably the hottest favourites for many a long years. They've won 2 games this year, I think by a total of 146 points. So they've certainly, but Garfield have improved their football immensely, and their finals campaign has been absolutely superb. They've won all 3 games, they've won them well, and they're getting better and better each week. On paper, Derek, man for man, Beaconsfield would have 10 or 12 players of outstanding ability, whereas Garfield might have 6 or 7. But I think in the long term, it could be that Garfield will scratch and bite and do everything and put in a good effort. But I think Beaconsfield will win.
Well, I think Bob, certainly on form, you'd have to suggest that Beaconsfield will, and you just wonder, Beaconsfield's had the opportunity of having 2 weeks off during the last 5, and subsequently Garfield's had to play all year, including the last 3 finals games, and sort of only just got into the finals, actually had a bye prior to the finals, right. And away we go, Bob.
And the ball's thrown in the air by umpire Krieger, a tight bunch packed up already, and already he's picked out a free kick. And the free kick will go to Andy Samuelis, who's playing in the centre of the ground. Away he goes, drives it deep to the forward line, goes up high, punched away very nicely by Jackson. It's picked up by Howard. He drives it forward, and he's paid a free kick to Beaconsfield. Handball back to Reardon in the back line. He goes wide to Airdrie. Airdrie will take a bounce, and he goes, Jackson I should say, goes wide toward Clifford. Here's Withers coming across the half-back line. Punched away there by, Musgrove picking the ball and coming through hard there, and the ball is out of bounds on the forward line. 1 minute into the first quarter, with neither side starting off at a good pace, Derek, anyway.
Yes, no, very good. Interesting to see Ben Samuelis picking up Hayden Robbins as the ball's thrown in. Christian Studham there with Dan O'Hara. The ball's rushed out through the half-forward line, picked up by Taylor. Taylor gets the ball off onto Harper. Harper's in the pack, tackled, and away goes O'Hara. Bursts his way through, kicks the ball over towards Howard. Out it comes to Marsh. Marsh tries to pick the ball up. It's kicked on further. Cashman didn't have it. Play on, they call. Harper again. Hang on the umpire. Steve Masterson's picked up one. It's too high. And it's been given to young Marsh on the half-back line. Left foot out to the wing. Kicks the ball out to... Oh, up they go. Over the back is Kelf. Kelf handballs over to Sutherland. Sutherland now kicks forward long and deep into the forward line. Robbins has got to sit. Oh. And away they go. Cashman, he's too smart for them. No, Robbins again. It's a free kick. Hang on a minute. Free kick from Steve Masterson over the shoulder to Troy Cashman, Bob.
Yeah, definitely there. O'Hara came in on top of him, and it certainly was a good decision by the field umpire there. Troy Cashman will line this one up, but the good work, unfortunately, for Ben Samuelis too. So it's Cashman, a great player, so he will actually be able to... He'll certainly convert something, but I think he'll have a shot for goals. He's played football for too long as he goes round and cuts it round, and it's through. Yes, a great goal by Cashman there for the first score of the match, and on the Gerard Collins scoreboard, Garfield get to score, and Beaconsfield 1 goal. Very good player and dangerous.
Yeah, very clever, isn't he? And he's had some time off during the year. Might have just freshened him up. But yeah, a very good goal. I thought Robbins had to sit there, Bob, but Garfield was able to spoil. Interesting, just a few matchups. Looks as if Taylor, and that is David Taylor's picking up Clifford as the ball goes up in the middle. Up they go, Williams and Kelf. Kelf gets the tap out towards Clifford. Clifford's a bit hesitant as the ball rushes in off to Samuelis. There's another scramble in the middle there. Yeah, no, it should be interesting. Garfield's certainly playing man-on-man everywhere.
Well, I think that's their only way they can win the game, is to play man-on-man, and you'll see that happening right throughout the day. Samuelis on Robbins will be a great battle. Up it goes. Kelf getting very high there. Nobody gets it out of the middle. It's fierce tackling, Derek, at this start of the game. They have very little between the two sides. They're not going to give away, as Krieger will bounce the ball again. He'll throw it up. Why he's throwing it up, I don't know. Up it goes. O'Hara gets knocked down. David Taylor drives it deep forward, looking for Alan Jack. He gets bumped out of the way by Runge, and another pack develops. It could be a pretty not uninteresting, but pretty rugged in the first 10 minutes, won't it?
Yeah, I think everyone's just trying to sort themselves out, and they're getting a few matchups right, but it's certainly a big scramble, and in actual fact, I think it's going to be a little bit physical in this first 10 minutes, Bob.
Yeah, I agree.
As the ball goes forward to Sutherland, Pickering's in there. Away they go again. Young Stanier, is it? Stanier tries to push the ball forward. Oh, it's very willing in there. Very willing.
But you were dead right, Derek. They've started, and he's picked a free kick, and...
Young Stanier, I think, Bob.
Yes, it is, Ben Stanier. Michael, I should say. He goes across the ground looking for Airdrie. Airdrie handballs to Reardon. Reardon will drive it deep towards centre. Two Garfield players didn't know who to go for it. Pushing the ball forward is Black. Goes out towards Harper. He picks it up. Plenty of experience there. Doesn't get it to anybody. Harper again in there, and there'll be another ball up. No, he's picked a free kick, and that'll go to... is it Punk Harper there under the pack?
Young Jack Allen.
No,
Bob.
Jack Allen playing down the ground, yes, has got the ball.
Interesting, Bob, to see all the free kicks have so far been over the shoulder. Nothing else has been reported. The ball's just pushed over towards the wing over there, and the ball, they're trying to push it out of bounds. Lee Taylor picks it up, but no, the boundary umpire says, I'll have that, thanks very much. Yeah, some very interesting matchups. One thing I did notice, Bob, I mean, it's only a small point, but a few of the Garfield players had the grass cats on, and on this surface I wouldn't have suggested that that's the best method to have.
That's true, yes, on a day like today. I must admit, Derek, the ground is in excellent condition as David Taylor gets the ball, handballs it forward. Once again, a pack's going to develop. No, Howard picks it up. He drives it out toward, and Reardon marks, handballs quickly to, who is that? Airdrie, I think, drives it forward. Towards O'Hara and Studham, but coming in there, Runge drives it beautifully to Robbins, and he is marked. And Samalis is not giving him a centimetre. Yeah, he's going to go way back. He's going to be very dangerous. Oh, absolutely, and a nice pass from Runge too.
Now it's interesting that they got Studham running more forward today than being our back. Maybe that's just a match-up situation as Robbins lines up and looks to kick his first for the day. Very steady kick normally. Kicks the ball now. They're pretty keen on it, Beaconsfield, but I think the umpire will say 1 point, thanks very much. And now the score is reading Beaconsfield 1-1 to Garfield yet to score.
Well, that for Garfield's a bit of a let-off because Robbins, if he gets on the target early, he's normally a very accurate kick. But if he does miss out on the first two, he gets a bit of the wobbles up. Samalis kicks off. Up the centre of the ground and straight to Cashman. He's going to cause a lot of trouble there as he goes deep up towards Robbins. Oh, free kick to Samalis. It's going to be a tremendous battle, these two. Samalis, a very underrated player in the West Gippsland League.
Yeah, and very determined too. I mean, he's obviously set himself this week as he kicks the ball out to Glenn Williams. Glenn Williams kicks the ball on, looking at the David Taylor. David Taylor handballs over the top to Pickering. Pickering's now got it, looking towards the wing, kicks the ball, but nobody's there. Timmy Musgrove chips in for Beaconsfield. He now looks towards the centre. Is there anyone on? Young Penglazie's there, but he kicks the ball straight towards the half-forward flank, and he's looking there for Clint Evans. Very classy player, Bob.
Evans must be playing on a half-forward flank here today, is he? It looks like it. Marsh is picking him up. Runge kicked a goal there. Runge coming through well, very well. Nice handball, and he's a very, very good player on a big ground, David Runge.
Yeah, just got plenty of leg speed, Bob, and interesting. Actually, what have they called that? They've called it a point. Must have been touched off the boot. Lincoln Withers kicks the ball out to O'Hara. O'Hara's in front of Cashman here. He looks forward, kicks the ball up, looking for Howard in front of Black. Oh, good effort, well done. Lee Taylor's got the ball. No, they'll bring it back. A very good effort there. Played in front. Big target for Dan O'Hara.
And a big task for young Howe to play well too today. Grandson of former Collingwood player Jimmy. Ball in the pack again. Clifford gets his first kick of the day. It's out towards Howe again, and he'll be it's play on. Picked up by Pickering. Gets it towards nobody in particular coming through there. Jack Allen drives it deep up the forward line. McKenna can't get the ball. It's punched out now, picked up by Joey Allen, and he put forward their first score of the day to Garfield. One behind, 1 goal to Beaconsfield. So they need Joe Allen to fire.
Yeah, definitely, and they're just pushing back and just giving them no room to move there up forward. As the ball's kicked in, they're looking for the coach, Clifford. Clifford marks in front of Justin Pickering. He then chips over the top, looking for young Newman. Newman in front of Lee Taylor. Lee Taylor, the coach of Garfield, number 15. Newman looks towards the centre of the ground. Who's he targeted there? Ben Eardrey. He's good overhead. Gets one grab at it. Couldn't grab the next one. Samoulis taps the ball over. And here's Black long on the left. He's looking for Robbins. And who else is there? Cashman. Yeah. Oh, well done, McFarlane.
Very well done. Very disciplined side. Brent McFarlane, doubtful during the weeks, come back into the side. And he's a very, very determined and a player who will given a task to do will do it well. But he's got a very tricky man in Troy Cashman. Goes up high. Cashman knocks down. Cashman again, but it's run over the line. 1 goal to Beaconsfield, 1 behind Garfield. And certainly, Derek, not much in the game at this particular stage.
No, and I think that's probably encouraging from Garfield's point of view. If they can sort of just hang in there, and get their forwards operating, away they go. Taylor gets the ball out of the ruck contest onto Pickering. He looks to get it on again. He kicks the ball now out towards the grandstand side. Lincoln Withers is there along with Jack Allen, and Michael Fisher runs through. The boundary umpire now grabs the ball. Yeah, it's quite a willing contest. They're all eyeing each other off.
Very determined, aren't they? Very, very determined indeed. Goes the throw in high. Up goes coming to the background there. Withers picks up. He drives it long up there towards Jake Allen. He can't make it, but he passes it forward, pushes it forward, gets a push in the back. Fisher picks up, goes towards centre half forward, and it should be marked by Penglaze. Penglaze across there to Newman. Newman drives deep to centre half forward. Beautiful defensive play by O'Hara. Coming through here is Runge. Handballs it to Clifford. He's dispossessed, and the ball will be a ball up. Garfield are doing what they're supposed to, Derek. They're tackling hard. They're not giving their opposition players 1 inch, and they're playing very close indeed. And that'll be their tactics right through till they get a bit of a start on. Here's a knockdown towards Beaconsfield's foil coming out hard. A tremendous crash between O'Hara and Cashman. They both would have felt that, but they both got up. He drives it wide, and Black, who's already showing he's going to be a top player today. Scotty Black goes centre, up towards Kelf. He takes the mark, and the ball will go back. Yeah, Black's looking good already.
Yes, and Garfield's pushing a lot back into the Beaconsfield half-forward line. Kelf kicks it onto the coach. Clifford looks to kick the ball on. Who's he looking for? Kicks long, looking for Robbins. Samoulis says push and shove, and it's a point. It's a long kick from the 50-metre line here today. But they're certainly looking to set the ball up for Robbins there, and Samoulis is doing a top job. But Garfield's pushing back tremendously at the moment. They've just got to try and get it into a little bit of space and be able to use their forward line.
Well, they've got a bit of speed on the forward line, haven't they? So which should help them out.
Yes.
Goes wide towards Williams. He doesn't handballs it across towards the boundary. Here comes Black again. He doesn't pick it up. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. It's picked up by Williams. It comes back towards Runge, I think it is. He goes up towards Robbins. Over the top. Wonderful mark. You see that. You've seen that one. He decided to play him from behind, and he came over the top, and that was a wonderful mark.
Yeah, no, that's. They're certainly looking for him, Bob, and I think that's been the key to their forward structure all year.
But isn't it good how he plays? Like he was playing from in front. He realised that Samoulis did have a bit of strength, so he decided to tackle him from behind there, and a great mark.
Yeah, I think Ben's got to probably try and sort of be playing him side by side.
Yep.
Obviously keeping in mind that the wind's sort of blowing to that gateway entrance as Robbins lines up. Kicks the ball and bang, away it goes. That's a goal to Hayden Robbins. So he's kicked 1 goal 1, and the score now reads 2 goals 2 to Beaconsfield, 14 to 1 point to Joe Allen for Garfield.
Well, I think it's 2-3, and that's we get confused with the scoreboards at this ground, but it is 2-3 to 1 behind. Yeah, great mark, and Clifford's decided to. Hello, they've got a player coming off. Well, this Kelf is going off the ground under the blood rule. The Beaconsfield interchange are not ready to come on, and I think he's coming from nowhere to come on a bit. But certainly a shorter player. Who is it? Miss Licky playing with Dandelion Stingrays this year. He's played enough qualifying games. He's come on and going into the ruck now. Who have we got in the ruck? Ben Mackay's gone from the wing to the ruck. Down to David Taylor. Handballs it across to Howard. Well taken. Drives it forward to Airdrie. He doesn't get it. Falling over there is McKenna. It's picked up now in the back half there by Stanier. He goes wide, and it's to Mackay. Drops the mark. Mackay? Black. Scotty Black again. Another kick to Black. He goes high. Lee Taylor tries to punch it away. Using his pace, his pen glaze there. He doesn't get... He's got someone here. Free kick.
Andy Samoulis just caught him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic little player, Glenn Penglazzi. Beaconsfield rate him. Certainly. He kicks the ball forward, looking for Christian Studham, who's playing forward, playing on Dan O'Hara, or Dan O'Hara's playing on Christian Studham. Today playing at centre-half forward, unaccustomed role. Normally he's at centre-half back, Bob.
Well, interesting that in the second semi he played at centre-half forward, but he played the role of a centre-half back to keep Williams out of the game, and it was an interesting way to play it, and he did it well. Ball goes up high. Studham in the ruck, knocks it down. Samalis knocks it away, out of bounds again.
I think one thing that probably we haven't touched on is the wind is blowing down towards the gateway here, so if there's any advantage as far as scoring is concerned, I feel that it is to this bottom end or the road end as far as scoring opportunities, so that might be in favour of Garfield too, who have sort of steadied the ship a bit. The ball goes up, Studham punches the ball, and they just rush it down towards the boundary line.
And they're getting in front too, aren't they? Just watching Harper there. Plenty of experience with Punk Harper, of course, but getting in front and getting to the ball first, and that's what counts in football matches like this.
That's right, as O'Hara and Studham look to do the ruck contest. Mislicki and Pickering out the back of the contest. Studham uses all his bulk, gets the ball out in front, pushed on forward. There they are. Out to Samoulis. Samoulis on to Lincoln Withers as he's being chased by Mislicki. Good shepherd by Taylor. And Ben Airdrie just holds his ground in front of Lee Taylor. And push they go. Ben Mackay, he gets the ball forward. Mislicki's there. He handballs over the top to Black. Black on his left foot, kicks the ball forward, looking for Studham. So Studham can get there. No, Samoulis, well done. Playing in front again, Bob.
Oh, the wonderful battle. We could watch these two play all day because, as we've said, Samaras is probably the most underrated player in the competition.
Yeah, he's certainly developed. He kicks the ball further out towards the wing. Plenty of Beaconsfield players there. Lee Taylor's up against it. Rungy gets the ball out, looking for his counterpart. Goes straight over the top of the ball as Upton. Here they are again. Who's that? Ben Airdrie. Ben Airdrie kicks the ball high, looking for Mislicki. Pickering's there. Pickering punched. Well done. As they push the ball forward, Fisher, Jack Allen's there, and the ball's just tucked underneath. There'll be a ball up. Thanks very much.
Well, certainly the young Garfield players, and I was a bit concerned about them. They're doing their job. Howard, Andy Samaras, Jack Allen, all getting in there, so their skills are certainly showing out at this level. Kelf back on.
Just a scramble. Sorry, Bob. As the ball's kicked forward, Samoulis in front, punched from behind by Robbins. Runge is there roving. Gee, he's front and centre all the time. And he's missed it, has he? Yes, it's hit the post. Yeah, he's very clever. He's front and centre all the time. They've obviously been told to punch the ball at all opportunities if you can't mark. Ben Samoulis is now going to kick out. And he'll probably head towards that bottom side looking for big Glenn Williams. Kelf is back on the ground after that blood rule, and Mislicki's been taken off the ground. Ben Samoulis now kicks out from the back line. He's looking out there for O'Hara. O'Hara, very well done. He's a very improved player.
He's been a great find for them this year. Drives deep towards Jack Allen. He doesn't mark it. Out the back, Airdrie using his strength again. Very strong player. Loved Clifford across to to Evans. He balks, gets past, goes centre towards Justin Pickering, and at a great mark there by Robbins. The ball dived away from him, but as you could see on the telly, his ability to take marks at any level, whether it's parallel, upside down or inside out, he can still get it. And I think probably Garfield thinking he's very lucky that he hasn't been converting at this stage.
Yeah, no, he's had plenty of touches early, hasn't he, Bob?
Certainly has. But that's not to say he's been beating Samalas, because Samalas has played excellently on him.
I think it's just a weight of numbers, really. You know, the ball just keeps coming down at the moment. He lines up. He's probably going to be kicking from somewhere around about 40 metres. Kicks the ball now. A little bit skew off the boot, Bob, but it's through for another goal. As the scoreboard now reads 3 goals. 3 goals for 22 to 1 behind Garfield.
Yeah, you're dead right. The weight of numbers will tell in the final analysis in any sport, and in particular football. And Hayden Robbins has kicked 2. I felt if they could keep him to 4 or 5 for the total game, that they'd give it a good shake, Garfield, and they'll still have to keep him down. And Evans hasn't come into the game at all. Up it goes. Kelf gets a knockout. Great tackle there by Harper on Robbins. Robbins gets his kick in. Studham handballs to Evans. Evans starting to get into the game. He's caught. He gets it to Runs again. Runs gets his kick in. Straight towards goal. Cashman does a minute. Coming through hard here is picking Justin. He'll go towards the boundary and he dribbles it across over the line.
Yeah, they're just struggling to get it over this centre line at the moment, Garfield.
Well, I think the fact Beaky's half-back line have dragged the forwards down deep as well into the Beaconsfield's forward half.
Yep, as the ball goes up, O'Hara and Studham, the ball's punched forward towards the goals, and Harper will just let the ball go out of bounds in front of Penglazey.
Would you try and concentrate on keeping the ball out of bounds at this particular stage of the game if you were Garfield?
Well, I think I'd just be keeping it as close as I could to that area. Penglazey, it's been punched through by Withers, and it's interesting that Clint Evans is just going off the ground, looks like with a hand injury, and Mislicky's coming back onto the ground. So it's 3 goals 5, 23 to 1 behind. As Ben Samoulis looks to kick the ball forward again. He should continue to go to that bottom side, but he goes shorty looking for Pickering. Pickering's got the ball in nearly the true centre-half forward position, or centre-half back position.
Starting off well, Justin Pickering kicks a man on the mark. Fortunately, goes to Ben Marsh, gets his handball across to Upton, too slow. Mackay gets the ball across here to Newman. Newman centres it towards Robbins, looking for them all the time. Great battle there. Here it comes to Cashman. He loses it. Coming too hard is Runge. Handballs out of bounds.
Yes, the goal.
He's dangerous, Runge.
Yes, he is, and Cashman up there as well. But the goal umpire's right on the spot there. He said it's out of bounds. No chance of Beaconsfield kicking a goal there, as the ball's just about to be thrown in. In it comes. O'Hara, Studham. Studham gets the ball forward. Withers is there, and he just rushes the ball through in front of Troy Cashman. So again, it's 3-6-24 to 1 behind, and there is certainly a bit of breeze heading down to this bottom end of the ground.
And I think it's going to get up too, so if Garfield can hold them for the remainder of this quarter, they could be very much in the game. As Withers kicks out deep. Looking for out there David Taylor. He doesn't quite get it. He gets the ball out though. Goes wide. Nobody picks it up. Clifford picks it up. Handballs it across towards Studham. He doesn't get it. Coming through hard there. Kicking the ball line towards Robbins. He marks it. A very nice kick there by Reardon.
Yeah, no, they've tried to open up that half-forward area for Robbins to move into, and he obviously, he's a very clever player, and he's just getting a little bit of space to move into.
Yeah.
Robbins taking his time, lining up for his 3rd goal. Kicked 2 goals 1 at this stage. And the wind will be right behind him here.
Oh, yes, and we'll know whether this one's gone through, as our camera is right behind Robbins as he lines it up, kicks it. No, he wobbles it off to the right again. Thank heavens he is kicking badly. That's 2-3 by my book. Just notice too that you've got the veteran Tim Collis playing on Matt Reardon. Now, Collis is playing way down the ground, and Reardon's been in the play a fair bit there across the centre, adding another bulky body and strength for Beaconsfield. Now, whether he should be down further, I don't know. It's Withers again. He goes long, deep, looking for Williams. Doesn't punched out picked up there by Newman. He gets it towards Black. Black can't do anything with it, out of bounds on the half-forward flank.
Yeah, very good play there by Sean Pickering, number 42 for Garfield. Good smother off the boot. Black running onto his left. The ball's on the half-forward flank on the 50-metre arc. On the grandstand, opposite to the grandstand side. The ball's thrown in. Up they go. Williams, Kelf, Clifford underneath. Couldn't quite get it. Handball's out the back, and they've got plenty of numbers there, Beaconsfield. They're looking for Ben Mackay. Ben Mackay attacks the ball. He's in front there. He's great tackle by Withers. Ben Samoulis looks as if he'll mark this, punches the ball away. Well done. Out to Dan O'Hara. Dan O'Hara kicks the ball forward, looking for Joe Allen. Joe Allen in front, doing everything right. Andy Samoulis over the top of his head, straight onto Sean Pickering. Sean Pickering looks forward, looking for McKenna, and in they chip. Beaconsfield, Fisher. Michael Fisher's got the ball at centre half back. He's looking now where to go to. He'll probably defend on the bottom side, and he does. He kicks the ball out to Stanier, and he's chased hard by McKenna. There's nothing in that umpire Masterson says.
Well umpired too there, because there was nothing in it.
Stanier kicks the ball forward to the wing, looking for... Who's that over there with Withers? Tim Musgrave.
Yes, it's Musgrave, 29. It's a bit of a dust-up here. In fact, Masterson's given a free kick to Musgrave, and Musgrave will take it on the centre wing. He'll go down into the centre looking for Studham. O'Hara all over him, gets the ball to Harper. Harper punches it clear here towards David Taylor. Taylor long towards Withers. He doesn't get it. He's got the run of the ball now. Withers kicks it. Poor kick towards Jack Allen. Jack Allen can't pick it up. Picks it up. No, he doesn't. Ball goes along the ground, out towards the boundary line. And Airdrie playing very well across that half-back line. Pushes the ball down deep.
Now, Bob, that's an interesting one. Would you call that deliberate at this stage of the game? Just to make sure that they tried to keep the ball in play as much as they could, because he certainly wasn't looking for anyone.
Good comment, because if it had been in the last quarter, it would have been given as deliberate. A very ambiguous rule, that one.
Yes, as the ball's being thrown in over on the scoreboard side. 3-7 Beaconsfield to 1 behind Garfield. So the ball's thrown in. Lee Taylor there. He's trying to get the ball forward. Withers is tackled. Didn't have the ball, in my opinion. Who's picked that up? Yes. Yep. They've done a good job there picking that up.
Withers. Oh, absolutely. I think the umpires are right. You know, they're umpiring very well at this stage. I think they must have read somebody's comments during the week. And Withers, probably with his injury, it's a bit beyond him at this stage. He is carrying plenty of injuries. Goes long, it's high, it's deep, it's going to drop short. Going up hard there, nobody marks it. Out of bounds. Or it's 1 point, yes. Second behind. No goals to Garfield. Beaconsfield, 3-7, 25.
They get the ball moving quickly out to the grandstand side, and who's got it there? It looks like young Stanier. Stanier kicks up towards the wing. Plenty of numbers there. Up they go. Nobody's got it. Williams taps the ball out, but there's Clifford. Clifford's in control, and he looks to get the ball onto Mackay. Mackay with the red boots. You won't miss him this afternoon. Chips the ball over. Here's Runge. Plenty of room to move, and then away he goes. Skews it off the boot. There's Evans. Evans in front of his player there. Who's that young Ben Marsh?
I think he's Evans has his arms worse than I think what he came back on the ground after getting some treatment, but I think he's certainly he's not a happy man.
No, he's certainly done some damage to that left arm of his, or left hand probably particularly. Beautiful kick of the ball.
Absolutely.
Kicks the ball now. Oh, I think it's a point the umpire's giving us a clue coming to this side of the ground. It's another behind. So it's 3 goals, 26 to 2 points. And there mustn't be long to go in the quarter now, Bob.
No, and in fact they could have sewn the game up by now because they've been deliberate shots for goal, haven't they?
Yeah, and that might tell in the end. I mean, Phillip Island kicked badly last week in their preliminary final. Yeah, Garfield just kept coming at them. They've got plenty of desire, Garfield. Yeah, I'm not sure who's Punk Harper who's
going to kick the ball off
in on the left foot. And then he hands it over to Ben Samoulis. So there you go. He'll kick to the bottom side. He does. kicks it to the corner of the square looking for Withers. Musgrave's there with him, obviously got the job. Sean kicks the ball over to Glenn Williams. Glenn Williams back to Pickering. Kicks it out towards the wing. Timmy Collis is there, just in front of his player there, Reardon. He kicks the ball on, well done. But no, there's plenty of numbers there for Beaconsfield. Who's that? Ben Airdrie. Ben Airdrie kicks the ball over to Kelf. Kelf in the middle of the ground. Can't control it. Well done by Gavin Upton, I think it is. Or Withers. No, Withers. Very well done. He was outnumbered and did a very good job. The big fella probably should have taken the mark, to be honest.
I think he should have, yes. But Lincoln hit him pretty hard, and whether Withers can keep that up, we don't know throughout the day. Kelf again knocked down towards Studham and O'Hara having a good battle. O'Hara's winning at the moment. Evans, well done. Through the pack towards Robin. Pushes Samalis out of the way for a lovely mark. It was just strength that pushed him out of the game then. And I don't know what's going to happen here because Samalis was obviously the man for the job. And I don't know who else they'd play on him.
Well, I'm not sure either, Bob. I think the matchup's pretty right. I mean, he's just got the ball coming down on very regular occasions, so it's making it hard for Ben. The only thing maybe is if he was pushed onto that bottom side. I mean, the wind's pushing the ball a little bit that way. That might
yes.
And then you open up the middle of the ground, but that's.
Here's Robbins again for goal number 3, and that certainly went right through the middle. 4-8-32, 3 goals to Robbins, to 2 behind Garfield.
Yeah, he's had plenty of the ball, Bob, hasn't he?
Oh, certainly has, yeah.
Yep, he's the big key forward, and Garfield hasn't played that bad, but they've just struggled to get it over that sort of half-forward line. But there is a bit of a breeze, to make no mistake about that, and the tables might turn in the next quarter.
Yeah. And perhaps Garfield should have, in fact, gone to play old-fashioned football and put a loose man across the half-back line to stop Robbins from making his attacks on the ball. But anyway, it must be getting near quarter time. 4-8-32 to 2 behinds. The ball's thrown up in the air. Kelf and Williams. Kelf again knocks it towards centre half forward. Over half ahead. Studden handballs it to Runge. Runs forward to Robbins and he's marked again. Samalis can't do anything with play like that, can you? You know, it was a nice short pass by Runge. Well, that's bad luck for Garfield, but good luck for Beaconsfield. We come back to the back line or pick up the fight.
There's a bit of a scuffle everywhere here at the moment. Yep, it's on for young and old over here. Now, I don't know what's brought this on, but there's spectators everywhere, umpires running everywhere. Plenty of numbers everywhere. But there's certainly been some punches thrown, and I honestly couldn't tell you how that started. But Robbins has kicked a goal. He's kicked 4 goals, 3, and that brings the score to 5 goals, 8. So we're talking, 38 points to 2 points. So there's
36 points the difference at quarter time. That's not good for football, and of course we'll always want our people to go onto the ground, though I can remember when people weren't allowed on the ground at quarter time. And there's a huge crowd out there now. So at quarter time it's Garfield 5, Beaconsfield 5-8-38. Robbins has kicked 4 goals, Cashman's kicked 1, and Garfield have yet to put a major on the board. And Derek, your best players from the first quarter for the 2 sides?
Oh, well, I think Runge has been an outstanding player for Beaconsfield. Kelf's got first use of the ball for Beaconsfield in the centre of the ground. The back line, look, let's be honest, they haven't had to sort of do a lot at this stage, but Runge has been a very good player. Robbins, you'd have to say, has been a good player, kicking 4 goals in the first quarter. And for Garfield, Bob, who would you suggest has played well there?
Well, strange as it may seem, I think Ben Samalis has done a great job, even though Robbins has kicked 4 goals. It's just a magnificent work of players further afield that have made it easy for Robbins. O'Hara across the back line has done well. Pickering's, both the Pickerings have done well. Withers came into the play there as well, and also I felt that the 2 youngsters, Jake Allen and Jake Howard and Jack Allen, have got their kicks, and David Taylor in the centre.
Yeah, no, he's had a bit of the ball. He's playing on Lee Clifford today, and I mean, they match up pretty well.
They certainly do, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's interesting just having a look at the huddles and everything here at quarter time. There's plenty of people out on the ground. I mean, I haven't seen this many people out in the ground for a long, long time.
That's right. There's a couple of huddles. There's a police huddle as well, and I think it's good to have the constabulary here to break things up. Just repeating the scores. Derek, what's the weather going to do before we take a break?
Oh, well, I think hopefully the sun's going to continue to shine, and we might end up having a fine but a little bit breezy afternoon, Bob.
Yeah, so saying that the last quarter could be very breezy.
Yeah, well, it usually does spring up a little bit here later in the day. For what reasons, I mean, who knows? We've got as much guess as the weatherman, I would suggest, Bob.
Or probably more.
Yeah.
Quarter time again. 5-8-38 Beaconsfield, 2 behinds Garfield.
Yep. Now, what they do need to do, though, Bob, Garfield do need to kick the ball forward very quickly and get some score on the board.
Yep, long and hard, I would suggest.
All right, as the crowd disperses after quarter time, there's been plenty of numbers out on the ground. There's obviously finished up with a bit of a scuffle there, but as the players are now sort of getting back into their positions. Now, Garfield need to get the ball away very quickly here from the centre of the ground. Young Glenn Williams needs to push hard underneath Kelf. At this stage, he's just allowing Kelf to just lean over the top of him and get his hand to the ball. Taylor and Clifford are running together. Musgrave and Withers are running together. Penglazie's gone into the middle of the ground along with Andy Samoulis, and that's probably not such a bad move. He's got very good hands, Andy Samoulis, and hopefully he can sort of link up with a few players. Jack Allen, number 17 for Garfield, on the half-forward flank with Michael Fisher, Beaconsfield, number 9. And Garfield's pushed all their players back. They've got McKenna and Joe Allen deep in the forward line as Gavin Krieger holds the ball up to start the third term. Bob, away you go.
And Krieger will throw the ball in the air, and up goes Williams and Kelf. Nobody gets the advantage there. It comes down to Upton pushing the back, and Upton, who hasn't been in the play at this stage, can kick long, this fellow. He will go long. He goes long towards Allen. Allen's going to have trouble here with Jackson. He nearly gets his hands to it. Can't mark it. Dives over the top of Jackson, and he'll get a free kick here.
Oh, there was nothing in that, Bob.
Nothing in it
at all. Jackson gets the ball over to Reardon. Reardon kicks the ball forward looking for Black. Black will go onto his left foot here, just in front of young Jake Howe. He kicks the ball forward looking for Clifford. David Taylor's there. He slips over. Clifford keeps his feet, handballs the ball long to no one in particular. Harper's there, Studham's there, and away they go again. There's a mad scramble there. Well done. Gavin Upton gets the ball, kicks the ball forward. Black overruns it, over to Howe. Howe kicks the ball forward looking for Jack Allen. Oh, he didn't have it either. Where were they going? Sutherland's got it. He gets the ball on to no one again. Sutherland pushes forward again. Handballs with the left hand and out of bounds in front of Lee Clifford. He certainly plays in front, young Jack Allen, doesn't he?
He certainly does, yeah, to his credit. Yeah, good play there by Sutherland. He's showing his experience. He did very well to push that ball forward. Be thrown in, centre of the ground. Up high, it's Kelf and Williams. Kelf takes the ball nearly. No, he doesn't get it. Clifford gets it now. Gets away. Too quick for Upton. Hit towards Evans. Can't mark. Goes down. Picking the ball up is Marsh. Samoulis. He handballs it. Stanier. Nislicki, not Stanier. Gets the ball. Ben Samoulis. Clifford. He goes wide. Looking for Cashman. And Cashman marks. Not a good start for Garfield.
No, I mean, the first thrust forward, they just missed that slight opportunity, and now it's gone back up the other end. Cashman from 50 metres, he'll look to short pass, and he does. Oh, looking for Evans, but McFarlane's got it for Garfield. He kicks the ball long. Kicks it to no one in particular. The ball bounced high, as it usually does here. Black looks to tap it on. Viteriddi's on the ground. Jake Howe, well done. He attacks the ball. He didn't have it. Play on it is. Fisher's got it now. Handballs it out to Sutherland. Smothered by Viteriddi. Sutherland kicks the ball, pushes the ball forward to Black now. On the left foot, kicks it towards Cashman. McFarlane's there. The ball scrambles and Lee Clifford's there again. He holds his ground and Musgrave picks the ball up, kicks on the left foot. to no one. He's Ben Marsh. Evans is there. Oh, he's clever, but no, Marsh keeps pushing the ball forward. Well done, young fella. The ball just seems to be sitting up at the moment, and it's not helping any of the players. Oh, it's a mad scramble, and they'll ball the ball up. Throw it up. Thanks, umpire.
Yeah, interesting comment, Derek. The ball is sitting up from them. The players are expecting the ball to move a bit, but it's not. It's just bouncing straight back in the air, and they're waiting for it, and they're not getting it. So bit of lucky play there for Garfield. Goes high. Kelf gets knocked down again, or Studham. He gets it towards Clifford. Pushed forward by Beaconsfield. Coming through there is Cashman. Doesn't get the ball. Here comes Garfield out of the back line through O'Hara. Out towards Hauer. Hauer gets it. Tackled by Black. And ball out of bounds.
Yeah, no, he's playing quite well, Bob. He's always playing in front there at Black. He's just got to be aware that Black will always lean on that left foot.
That's right, and I think that's he's got to learn that because he's only a youngster, and that'll come to him. Good experience today.
The ball's thrown in. Studham pushes the ball forward to Clifford. He's magnificent up and under the ball. Spencer Wallace, well done. But here's Evans. Evans, front and centre again. It makes the difference when they just keep hitting forward. They know where the ball's going, Bob, particularly when it's smothered and it's just front and centre all the time.
That's right, yes, and they're clever players. You can't allow players of the ilk of Evans, Cashman and Clifford to all run off onto the ball like they've been doing at this stage. So it's looking fairly ominous. 6-8, 44 to 2 behinds. It's going to take some good effort. Garfield have got to get that first goal on the board.
Well, at this particular stage, I'd be putting all their
gun players in the middle.
Players in the action. I mean, there's no point having them down there, particularly Joe Allen. I'd have him up in the action. Glenn Williams goes up with Kelf. Kelf gets the hand of the ball. Musgrove's there. He's tackled, and Gavin Krieger says, thanks very much. I'll take the ball again. Thank you. But they certainly need Joe Allen up in the action. I'd even look at putting McKenna up in there and putting maybe even Lee Taylor just to be the sole forward for Garfield.
Yeah, good idea. Comes out, picked up by Withers there. He drives it, looking to do something for his side. Goes towards Taylor. Taylor gets it out, and he'll get a free kick for holding the man, I would think. And he should get nearly 50 metres because Sutherland, using all his experience there against his former teammate. Lee Taylor drives it deep, goes over the top of the pack, tears towards Fisher, just casually takes it over the boundary, and another throw in. Second time that Garfield have had the ball down their end. It's 5 minutes into the second quarter. They've got to score a goal here to get back into the game. Ball goes up high. It's Kelf and Williams. Kelf knocks it down again, goes to the ground. It's Collis, he gets tackled. Another throw up by umpire Krieger.
Yeah, young Jake Howe in the foreground there. He should just be out of that 50-metre arc, leave it wide open for McKenna as the ball goes up. Taylor's there. He gets the ball on out to his brother. He kicks the ball out into the centre of the ground. Withers is there. Musgrove, Andy Samoulis, very well done. But it's through for a point before Gary Vitariti could get there. Now, here's their chance to try and lock the ball in here, Garfield. They do need a goal. They just need a goal just to give themselves a little bit of pep. Sutherland will kick the ball in, usually very good by foot. He'll go to the bottom side, no doubt. He kicks the ball out to that half-back flank on the bottom side. They punch from behind. Disciplined stuff. There's Garfield now. All they missed with the handball. Clifford's there. He taps the ball over the boundary line. So again, the score at this stage is 6-8-44 to Beaconsfield to 3 behinds for Garfield. And again, they just need to push the ball forward here and just get a goal, just to give them a little bit of pep.
In fact, Samaras was a bit slow in handballing there. It goes up again. It's Kelf again, getting the front division. Edry's tackled by Withers. It comes here, Withers again. Gets... Oh, yeah, bit rough there, Mr. Krieger, I think. That he had his both arms pinned as he tried to get the ball out. Goes high towards Mackay. Mackay, using his height, will be a good player continually on the wing with conditions like this.
Up it goes, and Mackay kicks the ball forward. Mislicki at the front of the pack again. He's looking for his left foot. He's caught by Garfield, and that's 100% right. As they play on now, no, the umpire says we'll take it back. But 100%, they were right onto him there. Now, who's that young Andy Samuelis? He'll kick at the ball on the left foot, looking a centre half forward. Who's he looking for there? No, it's Wobbly. Collis and Edry, and they just do the tango as the ball goes forward. Lee Taylor gets the handball out to Joe Allen. Well done. Out to Pickering, Justin Pickering on the right foot. He kicks the ball long forward. Stanier and McKenna. Oh, well done. Great little contest there, those two. Yeah, no, he's done a great job so far. McKenna hasn't had too many opportunities. And the ball again will be kicked in by Scott Sutherland.
It's interesting that they're playing Stanier on McKenna because he gives him just a little bit of height, but he's got the same pace. Short to Cashman. Cashman now on the ball. Cashman goes wide to Fisher. Fisher will drive it into towards the centre looking for Edry. Goes up one-handed, can't mark it, doesn't come down with it. Coming in there is Miss Licky. Miss Licky drives it left wide towards Black, and Black marks on his chest. Black will go straight down the ground here. He goes out towards Robbins. He's got the lead. He didn't get the ball. Runs, picks it up beautifully, kicks it towards goal. Evans can't mark it. It's pushed out here by Mars, doing a great job on Evans. And there's been a throw-in, forward pocket for Beaconsfield. Benny Marsh doing a good job on I was going to say Rod Evans, on Clint Evans.
Yeah, there was plenty of opportunity there, and they just let the big fella come through there, Hayden Robbins, as Garfield pushed the ball forward. In front, Jake Howe, well done. Punch from behind by Black. Howe recovers first, kicks the ball on, well done. Plenty of pedigree there. Out they come to Gary Vittoriti. He's in front of Fisher. He'll be too quick. Back on his left. No, he gets the ball in front of him. Yeah, and Gary Vittoriti, he'll be too quick for Fisher. And I thought he might have just ducked back on that left foot.
Yeah,
that
so did
left
I,
foot.
yes. They're not playing with any confidence, Garfield, at this stage. 10 minutes into the second quarter, 2001 grand final. As
on the half-forward flank here, nearly on the wing for Garfield. Upton's there, Williams is there, at the back. To David Taylor looking for Withers. He puts the ball onto Gary Vittoriti. He can't pick it up. It's just rolling in front. Fisher gets it. Handballs onto McKay. He tries to break the tackle. Here comes Sean Pickering. Well done. Good work. Kelf gets the ball. Oh, great tackle there. Garfield are just showing a little bit of bite at the moment. Withers is there in and underneath. Oh, there's a few fumbles from Beaconsfield, and they're running hard, Garfield. And the ball's out the back. Jackson's there. Oh, just when they started to show a bit of momentum.
Yes, you're right. All of a sudden, they lifted a cog, didn't they? It goes out Sutherland. He has a bounce. Gets it towards Mackay. Handball. Should have been pinged. David Taylor. Out towards Sean Pickering. He goes wide to brother Justin down to Williams. Williams on the half-forward flank. He'll go looking for McKenna. McKenna's in front, and he grabs it. No, he doesn't. Goes to ground. Should have been paid. Out here to Benny's Sean Pickering goal, and he's goal. Garfield's first goal. 10 minutes into the second quarter. 1 goal, 4-10. Trailing Beaconsfield, 6-8-44.
Yeah, now they thoroughly deserve that, Bob. I mean, they obviously just kept pushing the ball forward. There was a great lot of contests in here in the middle of the ground, and there was just a free kick over the top of Jackson's shoulder. But Garfield was certainly showing their intent there. Now, that'll give them a little bit of confidence, and there were still players running forward at that stage. So, a vital goal for Beaconsfield.
Oh, for Garfield? Yes.
Sorry,
yeah.
Garfield.
Yes, and hopefully as the ball goes up, it's Williams and Kelf again. Nobody gets it. It's Justin Pickering out towards Ben Samalas. Short to Withers. They're looking much better now. Withers goes towards centre half forward. 3-on-1 here. Airdrie in front, or is it Fisher? And Michael Fisher takes a very good mark. Very good half-back line, Beaconsfield, of Fisher, Airdrie and Sutherland. He goes wide towards the outer flank, looking for Clifford. Up over the top goes McFarlane. He can't get it. Coming through hard there was Justin Pickering. Can't get the ball. Comes out towards Studham. Oh, he's been let go here. He goes towards, who's that? Ms. Leckie gets it. No, he's played it the other way.
Yeah, Dan
Andy
O'Hara.
Samolis. Dan O'Hara. Yeah, high tackle here.
Yeah, sorry, Bob, just a little bit late with O'Hara coming through there. As the ball goes forward, it's out towards Williams and Upton's there. And again, Beaconsfield. Tim Musgrave gets a great tackle, Beaconsfield, and they're really showing some intent. On the ball goes. They played the advantage. Out towards Upton. Collis is shepherding. He looks inside 50. He kicks towards goal. Stanier's there. Yes, he marks inside the line. Well done. Pushing back hard. Cashman's out on his own on this side, and he'll play on, no doubt. On he runs. He's looking out there towards Black. He dodges, as he normally does. Who's he going to kick to now? He looks up there towards Runge. Hauer. Runge and Hauer contest the ball. Punk Harbour's there. Black's trying to get it forward. Oh, there was nothing in that, and the ball should have been play on.
Yeah, absolutely. Tiggy Touchwood, umpire Masterson. As I did comment about his effort in the second semi-final, he's not consistent. As Black gets it, he'll go deep towards Studham. Studham's got two. Nobody marks it. Ben Samalis handballs it wide towards O'Hara. Doesn't get it. Dave Taylor back to O'Hara. O'Hara goes a terrible kick towards Kelf. He mucks it up. Ben Edry gets it. Handballs it to Jackson. Jackson back to Kelf. Kelf back to Jackson. He centres the ball there, and it's Upton coming in. Now coming into the play, Gavin Upton. And he's on the centre wing, and he'll go deep towards Joe Allen's. Now he decides to go looking for Lee Taylor. Up goes Airy, punches it away. Beautifully picked up, but can't get rid of it as Fisher. Cashman across to Sutherland. He'll drive it deep to the half-forward flank looking for Evans. Evans will get in front of the ball of Marsh. He's caught, gets the ball out. Harper picks up. He's caught by runs. Over the back. Now that should have been in the back if the other one was played. No free kicks here. Coming through hard, O'Hara. He gets the ball to David Taylor. He'll come out. Snowy drops it short towards who is there, Glenn Williams. He marks centre of the ground, Beaconsfield end.
Now they've got to get it onto this top side, and here they go out towards Joe Allen. He's out in front. Oh, great effort. He smothers the ball. Timmy Collis is there over the top. No, Jake Howe's there. Good shepherd by Joe Allen. He kicks the ball forward, and will it stay in ground? Oh, I think it bounced on the line there, and they'll pay the advantage. So Garfield's got an opportunity to score here, and they're starting to play a little bit better. Starting to team together. It's very good. They're double teaming Joe Allen here on the half-forward line, both Fisher and Jackson. They obviously think he's the key as far as Garfield kicking a winning score. So in the ball goes. It's on the half-forward flank. Lee Taylor's there. He's too strong. Holds him out. The ball's tapped over from Fisher out towards Cashman. He's running free at the moment. Kicks on the left foot out towards the wing, looking for the coach. Clifford. McFarlane's there. He's crawling all over him. Well done, young fella. McFarlane. David Taylor brings the ball through out towards the other side of the ground. Justin Pickering's there, playing on quickly now, kicking the ball forward. Is it a goal? No, it's a behind. They just need to convert a little bit here. That's 1 goal 5-11 to 6 goal 8-44.
Well, that's certainly, as we said, they've lifted their game, and they're getting great drive from David Taylor in the centre, Pickering and Howard right across that centre line. They're doing much better now. I notice Clifford's gone out of the game with Cashman on the ball. Sutherland kicks it deep up towards Black. He won't get to it. Jake Allen gets it over towards David Taylor. He goes long, and the ball's going to wobble, and it's going to go out of bounds. No, it's through for another point. 1-6-12. At least the ball's staying down there, and they're peppering the goals. It's looking good for Garfield at this stage.
Yeah, and Garfield will be open. Beaconsfield kick to the top side every time, Bob.
Absolutely, yeah. That was a terrible mistake.
Yeah, no, they thought I mean, you're kicking into a bit of a breeze there, and the ball's not carrying that far. They'll go to the bottom side this time, no doubt. Oh, no, here they go again. He's out-muscled there, Jake. He's out with Craig Jackson. Craig Jackson on the left foot kicks it on towards Black, and there's no numbers there for Garfield. So that was obviously the game plan. They look to kick the ball into the middle of the ground. It's off a scrubby old kick. No, it's ball's running free. Punk Harbour's there. Runge's there. Lee Clifford's there. On to Rod's Runge. He kicks the ball on, looking for Robbins, and he's there. Yes, he's in front. He had no opportunity there, Ben Samoulis. They just continually look for him. They know where he's running, and he's got every opportunity to kick his 5th goal here. 5th or 4th, Bob,
it's his 5th goal if he kicks it. Yes, he's... Yep.
Now, the only thing is, Bob, here is I will say to you that Hayden normally, when he's kicking for goal, it normally runs right to left, and if it's doing that, it might not come back with the breeze coming through there.
You know, he's not that far out, though. It's hard to see him missing this one. He goes back, and you're right. He might have kicked it. Well done, Professor Brown. Well done indeed.
Yeah, now that might be just a bit more of a let-off that they need, Garfield. Beaconsfield certainly got more open play and a more structured sort of forward movement. Garfield just seemed to be sort of pushing and shoving as they normally do.
Oh, yes.
Scrap
Blue collar workers, as I say, they just scrape away all day. Ben Samalas out towards who's he looking for there? He can't mark it anyway. Williams picks it up, drops it in short towards, bounces over the head of Pickering. Coming in hard there is Reardon. He gets it towards Clifford. He can't dig it. I don't think Lee Clifford's as fit as he would have liked to have been on. He's not bending down there, and I don't know what's going on here. There's a heck of a lot of I think they're giving Hayden Robbins a bit of a stir down in the forward line. Up it goes. It's Williams now playing on Kelf's side when going for the ruck. Picked up here by Sutherland. He loses possession. Kicks it off the ground there. Harper gets a handball down towards Clifford. Now picking up Viteretti. Uses his left foot to bring it down towards McKenna. Coming back hard. It's well done by Stanier. Gets it to Airdrie. Airdrie goes wide. Two of them here. Runge marks the ball. Unopposed. He's going to go wide straight down the flank there, looking for Evans. Evans has marked the ball, I think, in front of Marsh. Yes, he has. He'll come round onto his left, going towards Studham. Studham can't get it. O'Hara playing excellently. Punches the ball down. Called ball by the umpires. It comes forward here towards Musgrave. Can't get the ball. And it's out of bounds in front of Studham with Garfield. 1-6 in my book. 1-6-12 to 6-9-45.
Yeah, the scoreboards have got different scores at each end. The ball's thrown in over there on the big scoreboard side. Studham over the back. Who's he looking for? Runge is there. Oh, he's looking for Ben Samoulis. Ben Samoulis will smother him. Oh, he's just too big and strong. He makes position and it's hard to get round him, Bob.
Yeah. He doesn't look that big, though, does he? You know, it's his body strength must be tremendous because Samalas is strong, but he used his body beautifully.
Yeah, he just seems to lock into his position and he's just hard to move.
Yeah.
Now this, if he's going
to tip
for
this one as well.
Oh, well, I reckon he might kick it out in the full here, Bob, just as a tip. All right, what do we got? No, it looks as if he's kicked it. The crowd's going berserk in there.
No, that's the Garfield crowd
yes.
down there. Oh, no.
He's kicked the goal. That's his fifth. There was a banana too. So my apologies. I thought if he was kicking a drop punt, he might just run it straight across the face there, Bob. But no, he's a bit cleverer than I am.
Yes, and he would love kicking a goal right in front of that big Garfield crowd behind him. 7-9-51 to 1-6-12. And they didn't need that, the Stars. They've got to kick a couple of more goals. I think they'll certainly won't give in. There's no worries about that. Thrown up. Up goes high. Kelf gets it beautifully to Cashman. Oh, picked up by Ben Samalas. He goes towards Black and Howard. Nobody gets it. Howard doing well there. Gets the ball to Collis. Unfortunately, Timmy Collis is not the player he was. This is his last game, Tim Collis, today, and he was well trapped there by Black. Goes high. Kelf down again. Though Withers gets it. He's got to do something. He doesn't do anything with that kick. Goes out towards Mackay. Mackay to Sutherland, and he'll go wide and long, looking towards a Penglaze. He can't get the ball, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, when you think about it, Bob, I mean, there's been a few players. I mean, as far as Beaconsfield's concerned, it's been a hardcore group.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Runge and you've got obviously Kelf in the ruck and Robbins. I mean, they've been the main players, and the others are just taking a very minor role. Over the shoulder again, there's been a lot of those today. Lee Taylor's gone into the ruck, trying to give them a little bit of drive, and Joe Allen's gone up the ground a little bit. He kicks the ball forward, looking for Joe Allen and Jackson. No, he's too good. Very good judgment there by Craig Jackson. He's had a very good year after it looked as if he wasn't going to play at Beaconsfield at all. He's had a very good year.
After missing out on the grand final side a couple of years ago, he's come back very well.
Yeah, and his brother's missed this year with a knee reconstruction. It's a ball, it's kicked forward. Up they go. Oh, there was no one got their hands on it. Andy Samoulis out the back. He chips the ball forward. Out to one of the Taylors. David Taylor kicks into the middle of the ground looking for McKenna. Well done. Too high. Pardon me, Bob. I just got a little bit of a craggy
McKenna's very good when he can get in front and get that get that yard in front of his opponent, and he's an excellent kick too. I don't want to moz the boy, but he is a wonderful kick for goal, Mel McKenna, and he's really got a lift as he goes back 35 metres out and straight through the middle. Goal number 2. They need a few more before half-time. They've looked better this quarter, but they still have been 2-6. They've kicked 1-4, while Beaconsfield have kicked 2 goals, 1. So, they have looked better, but haven't been able to put the score on the board.
Yeah, no, very good. I mean, the structure then coming into the forward line, they looked up, there was open space in front of McKenna. He stopped, propped, and then just leaned forward. And young Stenier, that height difference you was talking about before, was he just had to give him a clip around the ears. Up they go, Taylor in the ruck, he's jumping into Kelf. In they are, Upton's there as well. Grabbed by Musgrove. Musgrove kicks the ball forward. Harper's there, he runs straight through, gets the ball on to David Taylor, who's getting plenty of the footy at this stage. Oh, a scrubby old kick. Timmy Collis is there. He battles hard. In he goes. Yep, he just keeps watching the ball, doesn't he? That's his secret. Well done. Out to Joe Allen. Joe Allen off the ground. Out towards Gavin Upton. Gavin Upton picks it up. Handballs over his shoulder. Reardon's there. Riordan or Reardon, whichever you like. Number 20 for Beaconsfield. He kicks the ball forward. Rungy's there. And McFarlane. In they go again. Penglazey gets the ball out. There's plenty of Garfield numbers there. All over the shoulder. Punk Harbour gets the ball. No, they'll bring it back. Punk Harbour gets the ball.
He's playing very well, isn't he? Little Punk, there's no doubt about courage. Pound for pound, he's the most courageous player probably ever to pull on a boot in the league. He goes short towards David Taylor for about kick number 6 this quarter. David Taylor on the wing. He's winning very well in the centre. He goes towards centre half forward. Oh, come on, Upton should have been in the play there. Withers knocks it down towards the forward line. If Pickering can get here, Mackay's quick as well. And Mackay pushes the ball towards the boundary line. Very quick for his height to Benny Mackay.
Very interesting matchup, that, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
You've got height and a bit of speed, and then you've got Justin Pickering, who's also got a bit of speed, and he's very clever. In the ball gets thrown. Glenn Williams in the ruck. That looks a better structure as far as I'm concerned. Mislicki kicks with the left foot straight up the middle of the ground. Here's Punk Harbour. He's clever. He gets the ball on. Handball on again. Missed the target there, and Andy Samoulis. Lincoln Withers is there. No, it's a ball up. He had no opportunity of getting that out. Very good tackle, and to a certain extent he tried to get through that gap, but there was none there to be had.
Yes, they're making sure, Beaconsfield, that they tackle the key Garfield player. Going high, Kelf, right above the pack. He knocks it down towards Joe Allen. Here's Sutherland. He's got the run of the ball. Fisher Shepherds. Airdrie takes it off Sutherland. He's caught. Should have been pinged then for trying to be too clever. It's Collis. Now, he's got caught by Airdrie. Goes wide over the boundary, throw in. Garfield must score a goal here. They're desperate for a goal. Another goal will keep them well in the game. On the 50-metre line, it's being thrown in.
Lee Taylor will take the ruck contest. Who's there? Kelf with the big thigh guards on. Up they go. Taylor in front. Kelf gets the ball, grabs it out of the ruck, plays on, handballs out to Ben. Airdrie, he can't get a kick. Out to Kelf. Kelf handballs it back to Jackson. Jackson out to Airdrie. Airdrie out to Sutherland. They look out there for Mackay. Mackay can't get there. Is it out of bounds in the full? No. The boundary umpire says throw.
Great teamwork there by the Beacon. Very cool too. I like their composure in the back half. But there's plenty of experience, of course. 27 minutes into the quarter. Garfield need another one.
As the ball's thrown in out there, Kelf's got it again. He punches the ball forward. Pickering and Mackay. Mackay handballs over his shoulder out to the coach. Clifford kicks the ball on, looking for Evans. Evans and Marsh are contesting the ball on his left foot. He wheels around. He kicks the ball forward, looking for Studham. But well done, O'Hara. Gee, he's done a good job today. Pickering, Sean Pickering handballs it to McFarlane. And they stopped and waited. Lee Clifford just stopped and waited. I haven't seen that for a long time.
Not from Lee Clifford anyway.
Gavin Upton kicks the ball forward, looking for McKenna. McKenna in front. Stenier, disciplined, punching from behind. Out they go. That's a mad scramble. Viteriddi's there. McKenna's there. He handballs it back to Andy Samoulis. Andy Samoulis kicks the ball up. It's a goal. Yes, definitely a goal. That's a great effort. Well done. They've kicked that from 40 metres, and that is all clear. Thank you very much. Andy Samoulis, number 20. That's his first goal for the afternoon, and Garfield much needed. So that's 3 goals, 6-24. Garfield to Beaconsfield 7 goals, 9.51.
I don't think they're out of it. I really think Garfield are back in the game now. They're working very hard indeed. A lot depends on whether they can I think they've got to contain Kelf in the ruck. He's getting first use to the ball. And David Taylor now in the ruck. Lee Taylor. Brown to brother David. Had a good quarter. Picked up by Clifford. Can't get his tackle. He tackles David Taylor. No, the ball should be bounced up. Come on, umpire, get in there.
It's a mad scramble, Bob, isn't it? But you're 100% right. If they know that they're going to lose the ruck, they can rove to Kelf and therefore give them that advantage. They've got then Glenn Williams with a bit of height up forward.
Exactly. As Kelf goes over Taylor again. Punched down here by Andy Samalas. Nobody in particular. It's Vitoriti. He gets knocked out of the way. Andy Samalas again. Tackled too high. No, says umpire Krieger, who's probably was born on this football ground, I would think, umpiring his 8th West Gippsland League Grand Final. Throws the ball up in the air. Up goes Lee Taylor. He's pushing his body in front of Kelf, but he takes it out of the pack. And Pickering picks up. He goes wide. Black gets the ball. It's now picked up there by who's that?
Musgrove.
Musgrove goes up towards Cashman. Can't miss it. Pickett. He's beautiful skills holding control of his body, Troy Cashman. And the ball will be thrown in the air.
He's done quite a good job there, Brent McFarlane, hasn't he?
Oh, my word, he has. He's a great player with Cashman. And there's the siren. 3-6 Garfield, 3-6-24. Garfield 3-6-24. Trailing Beaconsfield 7-9-51. Goal kickers for Beaconsfield that quarter were Evans and Robbins. Robbins has now kicked 5 of the 7, while for Garfield, their 3 initial goal kickers for the game, Sean Pickering, Malcolm McKenna and Andy Samalas, 1 each. Your opinion of the first half of the game, Derek Brown?
Well, Bob, the first quarter, maybe as the statistics showed during the year, Garfield was up against it. Beaconsfield just continually pushed the ball forward, and Robbins was the big major focal point. Rungy has been sensational, roving at the front and centre of all the packs. Young Chris Kelv has been dynamic in the ruck. Mind you, I would say Garfield would be the first to admit that they have been all year undermanned. Glenn Williams is more traditionally known as a centre-half forward for Garfield. Clint Evans has done his little bits. But I've been impressed with the way Garfield's just kept at it. And there was a stage there halfway through that second quarter when Garfield was bumping and scragging and tackling, and they were just doing everything right, and you could just feel things might have just started to turn a little bit there, Bob.
Yeah, I agree with that. And unfortunately, there was a free kick against Joe Allen just while they were gaining that momentum that just took it away from them for a couple of minutes. Beaconsfield didn't make anything out of it, and Garfield got back into the game. They've had some pretty good players too. I thought David Taylor's been excellent in the centre of the ground in that quarter. The Pickering brothers, both Sean and Justin, are doing exceptionally well on the flanks. Andy Samalas got into the game that quarter, and I'm very impressed with young Hauer on the wing. He's having a great battle with Black. His inexperience is telling on occasion, but my word, he puts his body in front, and he had a very good quarter too. It's only up to McKenna and Joe Allen can move into the game and do a bit better. Garfield were in with a chance, but certainly the good players, in my opinion, were across Beaconsfield's half-back line too. Edry, Fisher and Sutherland and Jackson were all very cool in the crisis.
Yeah, no, Jackson, he's played quite well at centre-half back. Mind you, the way the deliveries come in, I feel a little bit for the forwards. But, Bob, I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are on the third quarter. And obviously, there is a bit of a breeze down to this bottom end, or I believe that there is a breeze favouring this end of the ground, or the main gateway entrance to the ground. And I'd be interested. One thing I'll touch on is Joe Allen. He's played some very good football at Gippsland Power on the half-back line. What would you do with him?
Well, you read my mind, because I would play Joe Allen loose this quarter. This can go down in perpetuity, this statement. I would play him loose. I'd go back to old-fashioned football, play him in front of Robbins and Ben Samalas across the half-back line. He's good enough to get the ball and run off and send the ball into attack, and then it's up to his half-forwards to do the job for him. But that's what I would do, Derek, and I think you're probably thinking the same thing. Garfield have to keep Beaconsfield out of the game during this third term.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they've got to be in a situation that's certainly no worse than they currently stand with a deficit of thereabouts 4 goals 3. And I think that's right. Putting Joe Allen up the back line, I would bring his brother, who's been taken off the ground. I would put him onto the forward line. He's quite lively. Obviously, you have a little bit of space around him. I'm not saying that he would be the main focal point, but I think he's clever enough, and if you've given these kids a little bit of space, it'll make all the difference.
Yep, I would do that, and I'd take Collis off. I know he's hard at the ball, but he's lost that little bit of pace that he had, and he's not able to clear the ball out of the pack, just particularly for this quarter anyway. Bring him back on in the last term.
Well, Bob, the only thing there is and you mentioned it during the call, I am also of the opinion that Lee Clifford is not fit. He looks very rigid between his hips and his shoulders, and I don't know what the problem has been. There's been a bit of speculation during the course of the year, but he is not 100% fit in my eyes.
No, I don't think you'll see him playing too much in the second half, but it's been certainly been an interesting half, and I think we'll have a break now as the 325 people out on the ground enjoy this wonderful sunshine here at Cora, Lynn.
We're back looking forward to the second half here at the 2001 Grand Final between Garfield and Beaconsfield. On the bench for Beaconsfield this quarter looks like Collins, Lane, who both haven't been on the ground at all, and Ben Mackay. They've taken him from the ground, and he's sitting on the pine for the start of the third quarter. For Garfield, we've got Jack Allen, Corey Whelan, and young Ryan Naylor heading towards the bench as the umpires are just about ready to start.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? We've got 4 of those players haven't been on the ground yet, which is I found very interesting. And in modern day football, you try to make the most of your bench at all times, but they're not doing it. And
yeah, what changes have we made here?
Just trying to pick up changes across the ground.
Joe Allen's gone into the middle of the ground.
Lee Taylor's coming back into the back half, so he's going to run loose in the back half.
And they've placed Brent McFarlane. They've put him on Hayden Robbins for the start of the third quarter. Andy Samoulis has gone into the back pocket on Troy Cashman. Ben Marsh on Clint Evans. Lee Taylor has gone to Ben Edry, who's gone forward.
You'll find Ben Samoulis has gone on to the
half-back flank.
Is he?
Yes, he is too. Ooh, all over him. Too high, yes. Oh, no, they've said, I'll ball that up. Thanks very much.
No, I don't think it was on his wrong side, unfortunately. And, yes, Samoulis on a half-back flank. Allen into the ruck. So they've made the changes. Jake Howe can't get rid of the ball. Comes through now. Musgrove can't get the ball out. Clifford dives on the ball. His back looked all right then. Ball up again. Garfield will have to hold the game up this quarter. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, they've certainly made some changes, Garfield, and I think that's probably to their advantage.
Well, they had to do. Well, they've got it. There's no game next week, so they've got to win it. High again. Nobody gets the advantage there. Another ball up. Umpire, come on, get in there. Umpire Masterson. Another ball up. Well, Allen will jump as high as Kels, won't he?
Yes, and it's a battle of wills at the moment. They've got to try and break forward here, Garfield. Up it goes. Allen contests the ruck contest. Mislicky's in there. He's tackled by David Taylor, and the ball will be thrown up again. I think they want to try and clear this as soon as they can, the umpires, and just get the ball going. Well, that's
exactly right. This is the 4th ball up, or throw up at the start of the game. High again. Allen and Kelf. Kelf gets a second chance and gets the ball out. Harper gets pulled off the ball. We'll get a free kick.
There should have been 50 there, Bob.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's twice I've seen it. They're not picking the 50 metre up. Harper's been a good player, in my opinion. I missed him, but I thought, he's done pretty well.
Goes the ball forward. The bounce sits up there. In they go. Collis has got it. Out it goes. Withers has got it. On the left hand. Out to Ben Samoulis. He looks to kick the ball forward.
There's nobody there. McKenna's there. Pickering. Oh, holding the man. Yes, to Stanier.
Oh, bad luck for the Stars. They had their chance to get the ball forward there. Stanier drives it long out to the far flank. Up going above the pack is David Taylor. Can't take the mark. Airdrie gets it out. He gets it wide towards Clifford. Clifford can't bend over. David Taylor goes wide out towards Collis and runs. Runs will run away from Collis. No, he decides to chop it across towards Black. Is it Black moving? Oh, he's well tackled, beautifully tackled, but he's going to play it from behind. He has, over the shoulder.
Yes, who's that?
Black,
Craig Black, yeah. He'll kick with his left foot again. He's on the far side of the ground, about on the wing. No, it can't be... might have been Fisher, was it? No, Lee Taylor, he's taken the mark at centre-half back for Garfield. He looks to transfer play, and then back the other way. He looks to kick the ball out towards Gavin Upton and Ben Marsh, and Punk Harper runs the ball over the boundary line. So it'll be thrown in on the 50-metre arc, half-forward flank for Beaconsfield. The score has remained unchanged, 7-9, 51 to 3 goals, 6-24. So
Garfield, Derek, I think have made some very good tactical moves here. I can see Garfield trying to, if they can get the ball forward, they will, but they'll try and defend for the quarter and keep Beaky out of the game. It'll be an interesting quarter as Lee Taylor now drops back into that hole between Robbins and Cashman. The ball goes up high. Allen knocks the ball down. Nobody gets the ball. It's getting very... Howe handballs beautifully to Harper. Harper to Taylor. Taylor down wide. Unfortunately out on the full. And went very close from where he kicked, unfortunately.
Christian Studham on the half-back line. Again, his more traditional role. But the ball's out towards Black. He plays on. Kicks the ball long. Right into the hole there. Ben Edry's there. Lee Taylor's there. Punch from behind. But roving the pack was Glenn Penglazey. Penglazey towards Robbins and McFarlane. The ball bounces. Robbins there. McFarlane's there. Oh, handballs it over towards Mislicki. He just too much presence, Bob. And Mislicki's just taken one of the easiest opportunities he'll have in his lifetime. So he kicks the ball through the goals, and that's 8-9-57 to Beaconsfield, and Garfield remain on 3-6-24.
Yeah, look, he's so clever. It's just great to watch Robbins play. The way he jumped in the air to actually position himself to get that ball was fantastic, and well played indeed. 8-9-57. They're sneaking away again as Allen gets the knockdown here. It goes to nobody in particular. Coming through is Allen again. He gets the ball. It goes up high towards... it's who marked the ball. Sutherland, very cool in defence. Played a great game. He goes wide down to this side of the ground. Nobody can mark the ball. Runs does mark it. In fact, it's called play it on by the umpire. And Clifford picks up the ball. He'll try and kick low. He comes down. Going wide, out of bounds. Clifford... Yeah. Oh, if you... Sorry, we're behind the game, but if you watch Lee Clifford get up off the ground, it's he's doing it very hard. The ball will be thrown in now. Must compliment the boundary umpires. Done a great job getting the ball high in the air today. Clifford gets in front of the pack. He gets the ball out. Withers takes it off him. He kicks it towards the centre. He goes towards Vitoriti. Vitoriti will be too quick for Reardon if he can pick the ball up. No, he can't. Reardon pushes him towards the boundary, and the ball will be thrown in, centre of the ground. 7 minutes into the third quarter, with Garfield making no impression on Beaconsfield at the moment. Goes high into the air. Kelf and Allen. Kelf gets it. Nobody in particular. Withers wins it off the bottom of the pack. Up towards Collis. Jumping in is Fisher. Fisher handballs towards the boundary. Nobody can get the ball. Pulled off the game there is Collis. Nobody gets it. Coming through again. It's everybody's in tackling at the moment. And umpire Krieger will ball it up. Gave him the chance to get the ball away. Couldn't do it. And there's a ball up. Half forward flag right in front of the huge crowd that's here today. Up it goes.
Yep, Joe Allen in the ruck gets the ball forward. On it goes Dan O'Hara, who's played very well in my opinion. Kicks the ball forward. McKenna's there. Punches the ball through for a behind. So that's 3-7 Garfield, 25.
to 8 goals, 9.57. A very good forward movement there. Just a little bit unlucky. It wasn't to the top of the square, but he's played well, O'Hara.
Oh, he certainly has. Now they've pushed him forward too. He's doing a man-sized job here today. As Sutherland looking for a lead, he'll probably go straight down the middle this time looking for Studham, which he does. It goes over Studham's head, goes over everybody's head. Punk Harper and Penglaze. Penglaze hand balls it on to Runge. Runge has gone 50 metres, goes that towards Cashman will mark this. No, he won't. Samalis, Andy gets in front. He can't get it. Cashman's nearly got it. Still goes for it. Evans, Samalis, nobody, everybody.
And the umpire says, thanks very much, I'll take that. Right in front of the main gateway entry to the Coralline ground here. Umpire Steve Masterson throwing the ball up. Lee Taylor up there with Ben Airy. Ben Airy over the top. Plenty of players there from Garfield. Very clever on to Justin Pickering. Justin Pickering on to Dave Taylor. Dave Taylor's got a bit of space to move. He kicks the ball short. Doesn't quite make it to Sean Pickering. Sean Pickering kicks the ball over. David Taylor follows up and nobody there for Garfield. Corey Whelan's now on the ground for Garfield as the ball gets transferred out here to Musgrove. Musgrove's played on Lincoln with us for most of the day. Joe Allen stands the mark. They'll look to this side of the ground. He chips the ball up, looking for Ben Airdrie. Up they go. Lee Taylor punches the ball forward. Punk Harper's there, all over him by Penglazy. And Harper will say, look, thanks very much, I have a kick. He handballs the ball on to Andy Samoulis. Andy Samoulis to Joe Allen. Joe Allen just gets around there very easy. He looks to kick the ball long. He kicks the ball long to Dan O'Hara. Dan O'Hara makes good position as Reardon and Sutherland push the ball forward towards the boundary line. And they'll let it go over. No, it's just sitting right on the line. Garfield's keen to get hold of it. Whelan's there. Joe Allen's there. Joe Allen kicks the ball forward again. Who are they looking for here? O'Hara again. Punches the ball on. Garfield numbers everywhere there. Oh, he didn't see him coming, Miss Licky. Miss Licky went to tackle him. Justin Pickering handballs over the top to Sean. Oh, he didn't have it either. They're putting plenty of pressure on. O'Hara pushes the ball out towards Black. Black then clears the ball for Beaconsfield over to the far side of the ground to the wing. Ben Marsh is in front. He traps the ball, handballs it back to Lee Taylor. Lee Taylor under his brother, David. David kicks the ball forward now, looking for Jake Howard. Jake Howard's there. He's in front of Fisher. So he's on the arc there, the 50-metre arc, far side of the ground, kicking the ball forward now. Who's in front? Beaconsfield's in front, but Garfield's there. McKenna's there. He'll kick the goal. Yes, he does. Thank you very much. A magnificent goal to Mel McKenna. Yes.
Well, that's the goal of the day from Malcolm McKenna, and that could be the tonic that Garfield need to lift them back into this game, Derek. A beautiful goal, but wonderful handball there from the coach, Lee Taylor. What handball was all about as Collins comes onto the ground for Beaconsfield. Lee to David Taylor, down to young Howard. McKenna, beautiful play there. That'll give the side a great deal of confidence, and these wholesale changes are really paying off for the Stars at this stage. Collins on Harper. Harper's done a wonderful job. Up it goes. Allen again gets the knockdown. Withers goes forward. Here they are going into attack again. Coming through those Fisher. Been a good player on the back half. He goes down towards Airdrie. Now come down on centre half forward to play on Taylor. Nobody can pick it up. Picking it up is Airdrie. Pushes it forward. Keeps pushing it forward. It'll go out of bounds here. Half forward flank with Garfield 3-9-27 to 8-9-57. Still 5 goals down, but well in the game.
Yeah, now a very interesting matchup here with Collins, who's now playing on Punk Harper, and he's given him the best part of 6 inches.
I'd say a foot.
You nearly think that they'll get Corey Whelan back onto him at the moment to give him an opportunity. Joe Allen in the ruck. The ball's pushed forward. There they are. Garfield pushing the ball forward again. Who's there for Garfield? David Taylor. Corey Whelan's there this time. He pushes the ball forward. Beaconsfield numbers everywhere. On they go. Handballs everywhere. Sutherland's there. He's being harassed. He handballs the ball back to Gavin Upton. Gavin Upton pushes the ball forward to Glenn Williams. Glenn Williams is there with who's that? Craig Jackson. He kicks the ball forward on his left foot. Ben Marsh is in front doing a good job. He kicks the ball forward now. And there's Black in front again. But no, they smother the ball and push it over the boundary line. Very interesting stage of the game, Bob.
It's now developing into a very good game despite the scoreboard, and Garfield are coming at Beaconsfield now very hard. If they can kick another goal, they'll be right in it. Keep Beaconsfield out. The ball goes high, but Beaconsfield still get the advantage. William gets a knockdown. Slipped over was Marsh. Picked up by Taylor. Kicks the ball down deep. Nobody gets the ball. Comes here. It looks like Jackson. Jackson goes to centre half forward. Nobody can mark. Collins pushed out of the play. Andy Samalas goes up towards centre. Vittoretti marks the ball. He should come off, play round wide on his left foot. And now he goes up towards McKenna. Nobody marks. He did mark it. Wonderful mark by McKenna. And thrown about a bit. Could have got it 50 at the last minute. He's the player who can make the side. If he tops this one off, he has the ability to kick 3 or 4 in 10 minutes of football. He's one of those players that can do it, Derek.
Yeah,
and
very
if he can
clever.
put this one through, as he goes back right behind it, we'll tick that. He's gone. He's come back. It's kicked it, and it's another one. That's his third goal. Stars are in the game.
5 goals, 7, 37 to Beaconsfield 8-9-57. So they've outscored them in this quarter, and that's what they needed to do.
Oh, particularly though the wind has died down by looking at the limpness of the flags, but this is the quarter, the penultimate quarter. We've got it in again. The penultimate quarter of football is the one that makes or breaks the side, and they're doing well.
Yeah, very interesting. Andy Samulis has played a lot in the back line, and he started to set a few moves up from there, and they've been able to push the ball forward. Joe Allen's doing a good job in the ruck, beaten this time by Kelf. Out to Musgrave. Musgrave leans onto his right foot, kicks the ball forward. There he is again. Andy Samulis in front of Cashman. Couldn't hold it. Cashman veers round on the left foot. There he goes. Beautiful kick. Just wasn't able to hang on to it, Andy. But Cashman, who was at the fall of the ball again, wheeled round on the left foot and kicked it through. So that's 9 goals, 9-63 Beaconsfield, and that's their second for the quarter to Garfield, 5 goals, 7-37.
Well, that could be the definitive moment of the game, really, because Ben Samars had his hands on the ball, and for somehow it went out, and he's looking pretty dejected at the moment, and bad luck, though, for Garfield. But Cashman, a clever player, one of the cleverest in the competition.
Now, Kelf's gone off the ground and Mackay's gone straight into the ruck. He punches the ball forward all over Withers, and he deserved the free kick. On they go, yep. Joe Allen's got it running free. He kicks the ball forward. He stumbled coming off that cricket pitch, and Sutherland marked it. McKenna's holding him up. Sutherland looks to the far side of the ground, chips the ball short to Reardon. No Garfield player inside. He runs through the middle of the ground, kicks with the left foot. Out towards Lee Taylor. Lee Taylor in front of Ben Edry. And that's one thing, they are playing in front, Garfield, and they back line, which is giving them every opportunity. He chips the ball short. Out towards Justin Pickering. Again, no Beaconsfield player to be seen. Kicks the ball long, looking for McKenna. He's got front position. Well done. He's just starting to make the play a little bit.
Yes, I can see as Evans is coming off the ground, as obviously his arm's no good, as he's coming off the ground. If McKenna can get this one up there, right in the game. Evans comes off, Kelf's off the ground. It's looking good for the Stars at this stage, but Beaconsfield, well, they did it in the first quarter, and can they maintain that pressure? Thank you, as my afternoon tea comes in. Mel McKenna goes back for goal number 4, and he has kicked it. 4 goals to Mel McKenna. Yes, it's a goal. A point. Oh, look, he's missed it. Sorry about that, folks. Watching the replay of this game. 5-8-38 to 9-9-63. Oh, Garfield have lifted a notch. Lee Clifford in the centre of the centre half back there, trying to dictate the play. There looks like there's a blue in the crowd behind the goals. Well, they're not giving the ball back. That's what it is. As it comes back.
Sutherland kicks in. He kicks in short to the half-back flank. Runge. He's had plenty of the footy. He handballs the ball back out towards Mislicki. Mislicki kicks the ball out to the wing, looking for Ben Mackay. Ben Mackay, too big, too strong. Oh, no, it's Benny Edry. He is very good overhead, Benny Edry. My apologies. He kicks the ball forward, short now to Mislicki, who's followed the ball through. Reardon runs off the half-back flank looking for the ball, but O'Hara covers him. They look forward, very stagnant forward line here. They're opening it up for Robbins. Where is he? No, over the back of the pack. Garfield numbers everywhere. Pickering kicks the ball forward. Nobody there. Benny Marsh gets there as well. And the ball at the back, over the shoulder. Play on, well done. Committed towards the ball. Withers kicks the ball forward, looking for Glenn Williams. Glenn Williams traps the ball now. Jackson, he recovered best. Kicks the ball forward. Mongrel torpedo. Out it goes. Studham's run forward. Lee Taylor taps the ball over the back. Black's got it. He'll go on to the left. Holding the man, says umpire Gavin Krieger. As Craig Black, he looks to kick the ball forward. Robbins, plenty of space to move in this time. Nowhere near him. Andy Samoulis tries to smother the ball. Handball over the shoulder from Robbins and looking for Cashman, but no. Garfield chip in and say thank you very much. We like it out there.
Well, it's a great game both on and off the ground here today on the 15th of September, the year 2001. On the 50-metre line, it's being thrown in Beaconsfield's end of the ground. The ball high into the air. It's Studham. He gets a knockdown to nobody in particular. Looking forward there is Cashman. Goes towards Robin. Over his head. Towards coming Cashman again magnificently, and the ball's out of bounds.
He's very slippery in the first 5 to 10 yards, isn't he?
For someone who's been watching cricket for 10 weeks of this year, he's a marvellous, and he's a great footballer, a good bloke with it too, Troy Cashman. And the ball's being thrown in or being held up as someone's been going off with a blood rule, and Troy Cashman comes from the ground. One end, Glenn Williams is coming off the ground for Garfield, and Naylor will come on. Craig Lane will come on for Cashman, his first run of the grand final, played in the last premiership side for Beaconsfield as Cashman comes off the ground. Williams battles hard, Glennie Williams, doesn't he?
He does.
He's not the greatest player, but by gee, battles hard for Garfield. Craig Lane comes onto the ground for his first run of the day. 5-8-38 to 6-9-60 to 9-9-63. Beaconsfield still in control of the game, but Garfield playing a very, very good third quarter.
And there's an old friend of ours. He's looking greyer and greyer every year I see him. Old umpire Ian Ballantyne.
Old Ballantyne. As the ball's picked up by David Taylor. He goes towards the boundary, towards Hauer and Black. Black gets the ball, pushes it on forward. Now comes back with it, and it's out of bounds again.
Been a good contest over there, Bob, between Black and Hauer.
There's been some great little contests. Black and Hauer has been great. I can't think of the others at the moment.
Musgrove and Withers.
Musgrove and Withers, Marsh and Evans when he was on the ground. There's been some great individual duos performing there. And the ball comes in, goes in high, half forward flank. No, Mackay gets the background. It's picked up by Withers. Trying to lift his game now. Goes out towards Matt Reardon and will go out of bounds, centre of the ground. 15 minutes into the third quarter with Garfield trying to desperately to bridge the gap against the league leaders, Beaconsfield.
They just need this next goal, Bob, don't they? If they can get this next goal, that gives them a real good sniff coming into the last quarter. As it's pushed forward, handball again. They seem to be teaming a little bit better in this quarter, Garfield. Up the ball goes. Howard's there contesting. Withers barges his way through. Clifford was there. Handball out for Beaconsfield. Beaconsfield kicked the ball forward. There he is, Studham. He's gone forward again. Pushing the ball there. Ben Samoulis too high. Play on though. No, too high, umpire Cricket says. And Ben Samoulis, who's played quite reasonably, really, considering the supply that Robbins had early. But he continues to have a go. Benny Samoulis looks forward. There's a whole heap of players. He chips the ball short to Justin Pickering. Justin Pickering on the right foot goes forward looking for Dan O'Hara. Dan O'Hara traps the ball well. Gee, he's played well, I think. He handballs the ball forward onto Jake Howe. Over again to Dan O'Hara. On it goes to Corey Whelan. In the back. Play on the umpire says. Craig Jackson picks the ball up on the half-back flank and kicks forward with the right foot. Out towards Benny Samoulis. Will he mark it? No, up he goes. But Craig Lane, is it over there? He handballs the ball under captain coach Lee Clifford on the left foot, chips the ball on, but Andy Samoulis has got himself back in the right position. He chips the ball into the middle of the ground. Upton's there. They're now starting to break the play up a little bit, Garfield. Upton looks forward. Now, who's there? Justin Pickering again. Oh, it's a scrubby kick. Justin picks the ball up. He tries to get around Reardon. He does. They chase hard from behind. He kicks the ball forward. Great effort. Was it a mark?
Yes, it was. Play on now. Joe Allen kicks it. Dave Taylor, no. Lincoln Withers got the ball. The mark is pegged on the 50-metre line. Now, Bob, I would be surprised whether he can get that far, but will he make him jump off the mark and run around him?
No, he didn't. He's dropped it in short to Joe Allen, and Joe Allen, not the greatest kick for goal, Joey Allen, but he's a big-time player. He's like his father, big-time player, as Troy Cashman comes back onto the ground. And if Allen can get this goal, they're right in it.
It'll be a helicopter, Bob, and it'll go through for a goal.
Joe Allen goes back.
He kicks it high, he kicks it low.
It's a helicopter and it's through.
Yes, that's what they needed, Garfield. 6 goals, 8-46 to Beaconsfield's 9-9-63. Now, that's exactly what they needed. They needed to get their gun players in the action. He's contested well in the ruck. I wouldn't say it's his ideal position, but he's around the action, Bob.
Yeah, and the Taylors are cool in defence. And so the whole new complexion, and they've outscored, they've scored 3-2 this quarter to 2 goals. So they're looking much better, Garfield. And Clifford might be starting to get a bit worried. The big fella, Kelf, is still off the ground. Running in there. There's a big one for Garfield.
Against Black on the far side, Bob, into the square too quickly. Joe Allen in the square, kicks the ball forward. Who's there? O'Hara, where is he? Too strong, Benny Edry, gone back into the back line. He handballs. He was a bit surprised by receiving that. The ball goes out towards Howard and Black. A great contest. He taps the ball over Black, looking for his teammate. Forward, follows on himself, kicks the ball forward now to the half-back flank for Garfield. Punched over the boundary line by Lee Taylor. He's played well there this quarter, Bob.
Oh, certainly. As I said, cool hands in defence for Garfield this quarter. They're doing what we expected them to do. Put their better players into the back half. Joe Allen, we thought, would be down there. He's gone into the ruck and he's made a difference there. He's leaping high as he goes up with Mackay now. Mackay gets the ball down. Nobody in particular. And it's trapped in there into Withers, and there'll be a ball up. Well, I'm glad it's a good grand final because the pundits like myself expected Beaconsfield to run away with it, but the Stars, the blue-collar boys of the league, are doing a magnificent job as they tackle in hard. Coming through hard there was Mislecki, didn't get the ball, and it's going to be another ball up as we're going into the latter part of this third quarter here.
Yes, now, Bob, I mean, really, apart from one scuffle, I mean, the game's been played on very good terms.
Oh, magnificently.
And hard at it.
Hard at it. No beg your pardons, but there's been only that one scuffle.
All pushing the back, I thought. Cashman, play on now. He runs the ball free. Can he kick it? Yes, he can. He's kicked his second for the quarter, is it, Bob?
It's his third for the game, and Troy Cashman's proving to be a match winner. One of the oldest players on the ground. He's playing an exceptional game up forward and doing his job. 10-9-69 to 6-8-44 as Cashman puts through his third.
Is that his third, Bob?
Yeah, he kicked one in the first quarter, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right too. But he certainly kicked 2 in this quarter. Now, I thought there was a push out there.
Yes.
And a little bit unfair to, who is it there? Andy Samolis, who's playing in front. I mean, they're doing everything right, Garfield. And... I mean, I'd just like to see, for a contest point of view, I'd just like to see them just within that sort of 3-goal range, Bob.
To make it a decent last quarter. Keep the crowd here. It goes up now. Allen again. Allen Mackay gets it down. Out to Musgrove. Musgrove goes forward towards Robbins. He handballs it here to and he's gone into an open goal and he's kicked another one. That's a good goal there by Newman, was it?
Yes, it was. Shane Newman, number 29.
A great goal. Great play by Robbins. Pushed the ball through to Newman with a lovely handball, 11-9, and they've broken it open again. Just when Garfield were coming hard, 2 quick goals in a minute and a half of play by the Eagles have given them a break now, 75 to 44, back to 31 points.
Yep. Now, that's a bit of a shame as far as the game's concerned. Up at the ball goes. Joe Allen in the ruck. Ben Mackay's getting plenty of hand on the ball. Withers punches the ball just up in the air just to make it a contest. Garfield pushed forward. Gary Virarudi, he's opened up on the left foot. Kicks the ball out there. Who's there? Dan O'Hara. Dan O'Hara's played well. Go back, son. Give yourself a bit of time. Kicks the ball forward. Looking for McKenna. But, he nearly got there too in the end. Stanier handballs with the left hand over the top to Musgrove. Musgrove handballs it out to Runge. Runge has always got plenty of space, hasn't he? Bounces the ball third time now. Running out towards the wing. Chips the ball over. Looking for his counterpart there in black. And Penglazzi's now the player running free for Beaconsfield. Right out there on the wing. There he is. Right there. Glenn Penglazzi runs on the right foot. Kicks the ball into the middle of the ground. The ball just bounces up. Misses Clifford. Who's got that there for Beaconsfield? Robbins, is it? He handballs it on to Mackay. Mackay kicks the ball up and looking for Studham. No. Punch from behind by Lee Taylor. Well done. Collins, he's dangerous, this fella. If he can get hold of it. Well done, Lee Taylor. He smothers the ball. Well done. Benny Marsh. Very clever. Gets in and out of trouble. On it goes. Gavin Upton. He handballs back to Punk Harper. Misses the target. Punk Harper on the left foot. He chips the ball out over the boundary line, and that's where they like to keep it for the remainder of this quarter, if not getting it forward for a goal.
Absolutely. I think the fact that they've been able to get the ball forward in this third quarter means that they can score, and the wind has got up a bit, I've noticed, in the last couple of minutes. But Garfield need another goal to get back into this game. Ball's thrown high. Mackay and Allen, the pseudo-ruckman. Withers gets it. He's tackled every time he gets it. Runge gets it for the millionth time. Handballs it. Dave Taylor appeals for a free, but no way, Jose.
Now, just looking there, Timmy Musgrove, he's all over Withers at those contests, and I see he's just had a bit of touch of cramp. So can he keep going? Withers seems to be able to keep running at that pace all the game. Up it goes. Allen looks towards getting the ball free. Onto the boot quickly, into left foot. Benny Samalis runs forward. Gary Vittorides there. Beaconsfield get the advantage of the bounce there. Collins tries to pick it up. He does. He handballs to nobody. Vittorides, is he free? No. Handballs the ball free. Great tackle from behind by Newnham. Advantage is Benny Edry. Benny Edry kicks the ball up and in the middle. Up goes Lee Taylor. Good defence. Well done. Who's that there? Upton. He gets the ball free. Benny Samoulis. On it goes. Handball to nobody. Reardon gets the ball. Kicks the ball forward. And who's there? Beaconsfield. Studham. No. Lee Taylor. It's a contest. Ms. Licky's there. Can't do anything. Is it through for a point? No. It's the three-quarter time siren. No score. That's 100% right. Gavin Krieger running down to say umpires don't award a point there to Ms. Licky. And it was a mad scramble in that last 30 seconds of the quarter.
Well, it certainly was. What a great quarter of football we saw there with Garfield adding 3 goals too. We thought they were playing better than Beaconsfield, but Beaconsfield showed their dominance again by scoring 4 goals to themselves. So they scored another goal to go a bit further ahead. Now the goal kickers for that quarter, for historical purposes, for Beaconsfield, Miss Leckie kicked 1, Cashman kicked 2, and Newman kicked 1, while for Garfield, McKenna kicked 2, and Joe Allen kicked 1. The final quarter of football in West Gippsland League, Garfield, did they play all their trump cards that quarter, Derek Brown?
No, I don't think they did. I think that they've probably made a few of the moves which they needed to make. And I think the only thing I would say at this stage is if you manned them up, with no disrespect to any of the players, but if you manned them up, I believe that Beaconsfield probably had that edge, and that's obviously what shined through in that last probably 5 to 7 minutes of that quarter and just busted them open. Garfield were doing everything that they possibly could. Things were looking favourable when Withers was able to get it to Allen. He kicked a long goal. Which got them to a stage there that, what were they, 6-8-46 at that stage to 9-9-63, so that they were certainly in touch, but they've kicked the last 2 goals, Beaconsfield, just to open the game up, and subsequently I think it'll be difficult, but I'm not discounting the fact that they just keep going at the same pace and keep contesting. Garfield?
Yeah, and the player of the quarter in my book was Troy Cashman. He kicked a couple of wonderful goals that quarter, just when the Stars were looking to take hold of the game, and his 2 goals were magnificent. And certainly it's going to be a great last quarter. We'll have a break, and we'll come back for the last quarter of football for the year 2001 here at the magnificent Cora Lynn Recreation Reserve.
Away they go, ready to start the last quarter here at Cora Lynn for season 2001. Beaconsfield, have they got a commanding lead at 11-9-75, I beg your pardon, to Garfield 6-8-44. We were saying at half-time, if Garfield can keep themselves to at least that position, 22 points to Garfield that quarter, the third quarter to Beaconsfield 24. Have they got themselves too far out of it? We'll wait and see. As the ball goes up, Steve Masterson throws the ball up. Joe Allen still in the ruck. Ben Mackay pushes the ball forward to Musgrove. Musgrove kicks the ball forward for Beaconsfield. Hayden Robbins moved up out to centre half forward, playing for the free kick. McFarlane's done a good job on him after half-time. In actual fact, done a fantastic job.
Well, he has. He's played excellently on him. We thought Ben Samalis was the man for the job. McFarlane has done an excellent job as Hayden talks to the umpire about his free kick. 52 metres out. Up it goes. Studham gets the knock down towards Newman. He's got the run of the ball here. He can't pick it up. It goes down towards, who's here? It's Mr. Magic himself, Cashman, and if he hadn't sewed the game up before now, his fourth goal certainly has. Magnificent play, Troy Cashman.
Yeah, no, just very clever. The ball was kicked forward. He was able to scoot round as he did in that third quarter. Bob on the left foot, wheel it over the shoulder. He's very clever, Troy, and he's hard to trap in that first 5 to 10 metres. So the score's reading now 12-9-81 to Garfield 6-8 as the ball goes up in the middle of the ground. Mackay is getting plenty of hands on it at the moment. Withers punches the ball forward. Clifford gets it, kicks it over his shoulder. Looking for Robbins. As Robbins can mark it, no. Oh, he's dragged down over the shoulder, and I thought he might have even been pulled back over with his legs there, but no. McFarlane's on the ground, his opponent. Robbins gets the ball, kicks the ball forward, deep into the forward line. Cashman's there, pushing forward. There he is. He's got hold of it. He was at the back of him.
Well, how can Cashman get a free kick for holding when he was at the back of the pack?
Always reminds me of Darren Jarman, and he's played a Darren Jarman-like game, and he's going to finish the grand final with a Darren Jarman.
Well, he's loving it. His fifth goal for the game, and certainly that's just about sewing the game up for the Eagles. And let's face it, they've had a wonderful season, and they've put the score on the board throughout the year, and they're really confirming it here now in the grand final. Garfield made their charge in the third quarter, didn't make up any ground at all by the end of the quarter, and now Beaconsfield in the first 3 minutes have kicked 2 goals to go to a 7-1 lead, 43-point lead early into the last quarter.
By Masterson in the middle of the ground. He throws the ball up. Mackay and Allen punched away by Dave Taylor. Penglazey, David Taylor kicks the ball forward. O'Hara in front. Whelan's there as well. Didn't have it. Reardon gets the ball. Smothered by O'Hara, who's played very well. Reardon gets the ball. Handballs it on to Sutherland, who's pushing through. He's now playing on McKenna. He kicks the ball out, but no, out in front is Garfield. Garfield pushed the ball forward and over the boundary line on the half-forward flank for themselves. Garfield heading down towards the main gate entry this quarter, the fourth quarter. Last quarter of football for West Gippsland.
Up it goes. Mackay's done very well in the ruck. We thought he might do that. Gives it to Clifford. He's flung onto the ground. Picked up by Garfield. They go forward. Sitting back here is Fisher. Had a very good game, Michael Fisher, along with his fellow 5 backmen, and he'll clear the ball out wide. Goes to out towards the wing. Up high goes Withers. He can't get it. It's David Taylor. It looks like Newman. Newman gets the ball forward. Up towards Ben Samalis and Collins. No one can get it. Samalis gets it. Handballs it out towards Mackay. Mackay's got the run of the ball. Can't get his kick as he's tackled by Taylor. Ball's thrown in. Half forward plank. For Beaconsfield. Beaconsfield got the game well and truly sewn up now by kicking those first 2 goals. And it looks like the 2001 premiership as the ball's thrown up. It's been another throw-in from the boundary umpire.
Yeah, one of the things that we haven't mentioned, and you probably see it on the video, is the amount of people that's here. It's an absolutely enormous crowd. It's the first time we've had some good weather for a long, long time as far as grand final day is concerned. As the ball's over on that far side, Mislicki tries to get it out. Black gets it out to Clifford on the left foot. Lee Taylor's there. He's playing on Studham. But no, here he is, wheeling around on the right foot this time. Handball over the top from Cashman. Cashman over to Newnham. Newnham
bumbles, bounces, away it goes. Collins is there. Who else is there? Oh, geez, they ran through then. Pardon me. But Upton, but no, the umpire Krieger says I'll have it. But yeah, very fierce contest there as the ball was just fumbling around in front of Collins.
But the good thing about it, as you said in the third quarter, Derek, is that no matter how hard they knock one another around, they just get up and get on with the game again. As Musgroves tries to pick it up now, he does. He dribbles it along the ground. Yes, Clifford getting the ball dribbled along the ground from Musgrove. As you can see on the replay, has put it through the goal for another goal. Good night, Nurse. 14-9-83 to 6-8-44.
Yeah, no, it's just one-way traffic at the moment. It'll be interesting to see who's going to come off the ground at this stage. Craig Lane's looking at coming on, and it must be young Tim Musgrove who's hurt himself down the bottom end of the ground.
Played well too, Musgrove. Very unobtrusive. He's probably put Withers out of the game, and he's had a very good year, an excellent year as a matter of fact. Yep. Perhaps should have made the All-Stars. Anyway, it's now Samalis gets the ball out. It's Miss Licky, is it? Gets the ball forward. Vitoriti. Will he pick it up? No. Trapped by Reardon. He gets the ball. It's picked up here. It's now going to be thrown as Craig Lane does come onto the ground. I think he's played half a minute during this game.
Yeah, just for the blood rule for Troy Cashman, I think, Bob.
I don't know what he's got in the back of his trousers there. Could be a betting slip. It's probably backed his team. As the ball comes towards Lane now, he gets the ball. No, he doesn't. It's picked up by Jackson. Jackson handballs to Newman. Newman will run down the ground. He does, looking for Cashman. What did that... did he have an intravenous drip at three-quarter time? Wonderful quarter by Troy Cashman. Short to Studden. And Studham has got the ball 30 metres out from goal. And Derek, this, if it wasn't good night, Nurse, this will be it, won't it?
Yes, definitely.
So, Chrissy Studham, he would tell you he's not a good goal kicker anyway as he lines this one up. This one's all right, though. Yes, it's gone over the top of the pack. It has Studham goals. Goal number 15. 15-9-99. And I think the crowd will start leaving now because this is Beaconsfield running away with it. Garfield, as we said, threw themselves into the third quarter, couldn't make up the difference, and now Beaconsfield are showing why they finished up on top of the ladder at the end of the home and away games.
And there's a player, Bob, who's going to play back-to-back premierships. He played in the 99 premiership for Beaconsfield, missed last year altogether, and come back to playing another one this year. Mackay goes up, punches the ball forward. They're out in front there, Ben Marsh, over the shoulder. Krieger got it, holding the man. Ben Marsh has got the ball. He kicks forward with the left foot, kicks it up high, looking for Dan O'Hara, who places himself in front, gives himself every opportunity. Fitterity's there, David Taylor's there. He kicks the ball forward, looking for Mackay. Sutherland held on to him, all over him in actual fact. Joe Allen kicks with the left foot and through for one behind. So that brings Garfield's score to 6-9-47 to Beaconsfield, who's now 15-9-99.
Yes, I thought McKenna was a bit stiff there. He certainly looked to be held back as Beaconsfield come out to Fisher. Takes a mark, very cool there. Out towards Black on the wing, another good player. He goes in towards the centre to Lane. It'll be his first kick of the grand final. He chips it out towards Jackson. Took it too easy. He dropped it. Lovely bump by Black. Knocked Power out of the way. Oh, Cashman. You saw that wonderful mark. Pushed his teammate, puts the Garfield player out of the way, laying on the ground. Wonderful slips catch by Troy Cashman, and he'll go back for number 6, is it? Yeah, thank you very much. As easy as anything. Number 6, and well, that's good that he brings up the century because he's been seeing a few made this year, and great play by Troy Cashman. 6 goals, 3 this quarter, and well, the game's well over now. As coming onto the ground, I think this is for his last hurrah. Tim Collis back on the ground for Garfield. Played in every Garfield final side since 1983. 17 years, 18 years of finals football as Tim Collis comes onto the ground for his final quarter of football.
Up they go in the middle. Mackay gets the ball forward. Straight through there was Timmy Collis. Handball out by David Taylor. He looks to get the ball forward. Black on his right foot. Clifford's there, stands his ground. Tries to push through now. Barge his way through in actual fact. And the umpire will say, thanks very much. I'll throw that up again. McKay's been very good in the ruck since half-time.
Well, he certainly has. Well, he's always had a great spring, and I think he played in the ruck a couple of years ago as he goes up again. Beats O'Hara, who's been a jolly good player for the Stars. Up towards Fisher. He can't mark it. He's still got the ball in his control, but umpire Krieger says he couldn't get rid of it, so it'll be a throw-up, not a bounce down. It'll be a throw-up here as Krieger will throw the ball up now. Up they go again, Mackay and O'Hara. Dave Taylor gets it. Handballs to Withers. Withers goes deep towards the forward line. McKenna and Sutherland. Nobody can mark it. Through for a point. Garfield 6-10, 46, 16-9, 105.
Yeah, it's just a case now of just playing our time, I think. I mean, the result, the fat lady would have been singing, I would say, about 5 or 10 minutes ago. The ball gets kicked forward. O'Hara in front. Great effort there.
He's nearly been Garfield's best player, hasn't he?
He's been outstanding, really. He always provides a contest. Kicks the ball forward, looking for Joe Allen. McKenna. Sutherland pushes, and McKenna will take the free kick. Sutherland just pushed him straight in the back. Absolutely no doubt about that. And McKenna will kick for his...
fourth goal?
Yes, he's kicked 3. And generally, very reliable kick. Doesn't need too many opportunities. Mel McKenna had a great year. Kicks the ball. Yes, that's through for a goal. Make no mistake about that.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, that was a goal if ever I've seen it.
6-11, 47. Garfield on the Gerard Collins scoreboard to Beaconsfield 16-9, 105. A bad miss by Mel McKenna. His second bad miss because the one he missed in the third quarter, we don't like to take up particular points, but probably would have brought them right back into the game. Sutherland, long, out towards Jackson. Can't mark it. Vittoretti will get a free kick. Here on the half-forward flank. Is it Vittoretti's last game too? He's been a great player for the Stars with his pace over the years. Goes towards centre half forward and McKenna. Nobody can get it. Out towards Justin Pickering. Pickering can't pick it up. Clifford tries to get to him. Can't. Centres it. Nobody can. No, yes, they did. O'Hara. Scarlett O'Hara. What a wonderful player he's been today. I don't give a damn, but Scarlett O'Hara, she's been nearly the best Garfield player. And a goal would be fitting for him.
He just kept his eye on the ball, Bob, didn't he?
Well, he's kept his eye on the ball all day, wherever he's played. Ruck, centre half back, centre half forward.
I think he missed that.
Unfortunately, kicked it like a back man to put it through for another behind. 6-12, 48. 16-9, 105, Beaconsfield.
Will they defend or will they attack out this other side? Ben Edry's on his own. They kick the ball out to him, chip it out. He goes to play on, kicks the ball wide, looking for Black. Up they go. Howard smothers the ball from behind. And away they go, ready to throw the ball in. Right in front of us here. The sting's really gone out of the game now. Joe Allen and Ben Mackay to contest the ruck. David Taylor, Andy Samoulis at the back for Garfield. Riordan, Clifford. Up they go. David Taylor's there. Clifford gets the ball onto Riordan. Riordan holds onto the ball, gets it onto Black. Black gets it out to Jackson. Great tackle by Withers. Oh, and then they're saying too high. And Craig Jackson had a good day just the same. He kicks the ball forward, looking for Black and Jake Howard. He keeps his eye on the ball. Jake. Oh, and
that was a mark, umpire. If you put the whistle in your mouth, you have to blow it. Watch the replay, umpire. You put the whistle in your mouth. Black marked that ball.
Got a good manner with the players, umpire Masters. Look, he makes it when we talk to him in a nice, quiet way, and they always seem to be okay. As Black was, in fact, there. It's falls out of bounds. And for people who are still listening to our coverage, stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date.
The ball's out of bounds on the wing. right in between the two coaches' box. Who's that? Benny Mackay got a bit of cramp, and Chris Kelf looking to come back onto the ground. Both rucked very, very well. In it goes. They throw the ball. Up they go. Mackay, both hands to it, pumps it forward. David Taylor's there. Lee Clifford's there. He's actually looked a little bit freer in action.
Well, I think probably the adrenaline of coaching his first premiership side, and I remember him telling me that last year he'd love to coach the premiership side, and he's done it today, and he's done it very well. No fuss, no bother. Sean Pickering has the ball. Clifford tries to get to him. He doesn't. Ben Marsh marks in the centre. He's going to go back. Garfield still looking for scoring opportunities. He goes towards Joe Allen. Ben Edry will mark this one. Holds it up one hand to say, I've marked this ball. Goes out wide towards Sutherland. Sutherland, a beautiful handballer out towards Stenier. Stenier goes back towards Ben Samalis at centre half back or in the half back flank. He marks the ball. Goes in short towards Collis. Can't get to the ball. Out goes over the top of the pack here. It's backed up by Newman. Newman goes towards Jackson. Jackson loses it. Picked up by Newman again. Nobody's got the ball. Who's coming through here? Penglaze or runs. It's Penglaze. Gets the ball up towards... It's picked up by Ben Samalis, is it? Goes wide towards Howard and Black. But Black in front of position. Had a great game. Takes another good mark.
Yeah, he's had a very good game. It's been quite a good tussle out here on this wing.
It's been a good tussle. I think Black's been more effective for his side.
He kicks the ball long, looking for a big mark. Who's there? All Garfield, it looks like. Garfield scramble the ball out by Upton. Upton kicks the ball towards the boundary line and over the boundary line and throw in right in front of the main scoreboard.
16-9, 105 to 6-12, 48 as the ball is thrown in the forward pocket, coming high into the air. Up they goes O'Hara. He grabs the ball. No, he doesn't. He misses it. It's put Miss Licky. Miss Licky goes towards the goal. Can't mark it. There is Samulis. Pushes it over the boundary line. Another throw in as we're coming to the dying stages of the 2001 grand final.
And there's been a report, Richmond 10 minutes to go, 14 points up, Bob, and Koutafidis has been taken off on a stretcher.
Well, that's bad luck for Carlton. But you'll get this on his historical data that Richmond have made it through to play against Essendon next week. Brisbane next Saturday.
And the ball... very lacklustre at the moment, Bob, isn't it? Beaconsfield, I mean, they at the start of that term kicked 4 goals very, very smartly and put an end to the game.
Yeah, put it into the game. Garfield tried to come back, and then Cashman kicked his 5th from a great mark, or his 6th goal for his 3rd for the quarter, and it is. It's just we're going through the motions now. And I think really, you know, when you look at it, Beaconsfield have had a marvellous year of football. Yep. And they've been on top, I think, for most of the year. Dropped, 2 games for the year?
I think that's right.
Yeah, yep. Only dropped 2 games for the year. Clifford spent half the year not playing for them with injury. Studden made a comeback because they lost quite a few players. I think there's, they got 9 from their last premiership side, which is only 2 years ago playing this year. Yep. But they picked up a couple of good players, you know. And they've got the best full forward in the competition since Frosty Miller and Hayden Robbins. So, you know, they certainly deserve to win the flag. And they've got some great young players too.
That's right. And they've brought a couple of those back in today, Mislicki and Stenier. Stenier's done quite a good job early on McKenna. As we get back to the game, over on the far side, it's over there. Who is it?
Sean Pickering.
Sean Pickering. He kicks the ball forward, looking for McKenna. Sutherland's there again, pushes forward. McKenna back onto it. Dan O'Hara's there as well. Sutherland's there. The ball, the umpire says, I'll throw it up, thanks very much. And let's see if Garfield can scramble another goal out of this. Glenn Williams will take the ruck for Garfield. And who's going to be up there? Chris Kelf back on the ground. He grabs the ball out of the ruck. Handballs to Airdrie. Airdrie gets the ball onto Fisher. And Fisher just scrambles the ball forward to the half-back flank or half-forward flank for Garfield. And the boundary umpire says, I'll throw it in, thanks. So in the boundary umpire throws it. How long are they gone, Bob?
Oh, I reckon they've gone about 21 minutes, Derek, and I think we'd be looking... this is the case during a football match like they do in baseball, where it gets to a certain point they stop the game, and perhaps they should be doing it here, because there's nothing much can happen now except hopefully Garfield might kick a couple of scores. McKenna picks the ball up beautifully, goes for a goal. He's wobbled it round from an acute angle. It's still in play, is it? Oh no, the umpire decides to give it out now, thanks to his friend, the goal umpire there. And there'll be a free kick to Beaconsfield as Jackson kicks long to the half-forward flank. David Taylor tries to get the ball. It goes out in front of him, and the victorious close Lee Clifford. And there's not much happening at the moment, as people are starting to leave what has been a marvellous day of football here, with 2 premierships to Druin, 1 to Pakenham and 1 to Beaconsfield, and some great games of football.
Yeah, the third was a fantastic game, last kick of the day. And Druin was able to win the thirds. As we're back to the football, Gavin Krieger in his 8th grand final, throwing the ball up, or will be throwing the ball up. They've competed hard, and it's been a great contest, really.
I think it has. And, all in all, I think the umpires have done a pretty fair job. David Taylor drives the ball forward, picked up by Fisher. He's had a lot of kicks here today.
Yeah.
Nobody can mark the ball, and it's forced out of bounds again.
Yeah, they've been determined, haven't they? Beaconsfield, the backman, they haven't wanted to give too much away.
Yeah, and they're well led by Sutherland. I think Sutherland and Airdrie, plenty of experience there, and they are so cool, and they're tough as well.
Well, I think the other thing is Craig Jackson's given them a little bit more dimension this year. He's always been a negator, but he's actually been attacking as well. In the ball goes Sutherland, punches from behind. McKenna's there. Andy Samoulis is there. Can he get around? He can. Left foot towards goal. No, but Black's there. Did he play on?
He
no,
did
the
play
umpire
on.
said.
The umpire's called play on now.
And Mislicki, who's running free. He will have a bounce. 1 bounce. They chase hard, Garfield. They're still running hard. Sean Pickering. Oh, well done. He kicks the ball forward, Mislicki. But up they go. And a good mark to Benny Samoulis. Benny Samoulis chips the ball into the middle of the ground. Punk Harper, he's had a go all day as well. Who can he spot up there? He kicks the ball forward, looking for Dan O'Hara. He keeps running back and takes another great mark, Bob.
Well, Scarlett O'Hara has certainly done... Oh, look, I'd love to see him kick a goal, because he's tried so hard for his side today. Well, as I said, I know he's going to chip it in short to Collis, and here's Banana Collis. You would have played against him many times, Derek. Is he going to kick a goal with one of his last kicks in football?
Well, I think you walk forward and pump it through for a goal. Oh, no,
he's not going to have a fairy tale grand
side.
final victory. And another point, 6-13-49, 16-9, 105. By gee, I did tell somebody Beaconsfield would win by 10 goals too. And they're certainly looking that way as Mislicki gets the ball now. Mislicki goes backwards towards Fisher, is it? Fisher will go wide to the flank. He's looking for Newman. Newman on to Penglaze. Penglaze back to... no, it's Stanier. Stanier goes towards Runge, who's been out of the game for the last quarter and a bit. Doesn't matter, though, as the ball's picked up there. It's gone forward. Ben Samalas marks. Centre to David Taylor. David Taylor's going to go wide to Hauer. Had an excellent first half, young Hauer. He handballs it onto Upton. Upton bounces twice, thrice. Now kicks.
Kicks the ball up to nobody in particular, and Kelf takes a mark. He's played a good game. He had the first half covered in the ruck. On to Sutherland. Sutherland runs through the middle of the ground. They're still shepherding. Mislicki on to Robbins. Can he mark it? Yes. No, he can't. McFarlane, he's done a good job there. Over to Withers. Withers, can he get round? No, he kicks on the left foot. He looks out there towards Justin Pickering. Justin Pickering in front of Penglaze. Justin Pickering, where will he go? Into the middle of the ground? No, he chips the ball short looking for Corey Whelan. Corey Whelan's got the ball in front of Shane Unum there. And Corey Whelan again looks forward. Who's he got? Joe Allen looks in the centre of the ground. There's nobody with him, but they kick towards Samalas and Jackson. Around runs through is Benny Airdrie. Benny Airdrie handballs to Penglaze. On to Penglaze, back to Airdrie. But no, Garfield chip in. They get the ball free. Over they go. Up they go. Will they ball it up? No. No, it's a throw, says umpire Masterson, and it's your kick to David Taylor. He's had a good day. He's had plenty of touches.
Yeah, he has. I think he's probably won in the centre. I just can't think who was playing on him. But, well, Richmond have won for historical purpose. Richmond have won the preliminary final as a go ball towards McKenna. He nearly marks the ball. He now picks it up. Should have handballed to Howe, he didn't. Coming through hard is Kelf. He chips a little one out towards the wing. Going for it is Clifford. Forgetting about his injuries. Gets the ball from Collis. Goes deep down towards the centre half forward. And Studham is marked as Clifford leans back on his injured back. Forward towards Robbins. He can't mark it. Picked up by Lee Taylor. Gets round Studham. It's now picked up here by Runge. Runge runs out of the bounds. The ball goes over the line. And I can't help but feel for Lee Clifford in these dying stages. He's bending over there. Did play with Garfield as a junior too.
He did, yeah. His father coached Garfield.
His father coached Garfield, so there's a bit of irony in that as the ball is thrown up high.
In they go, O'Hara and Kelf. Kelf punches the ball forward. Musgrove's back on the ground after hurting his leg. Taylor, Lane runs through. And no, David Taylor punches the ball free. Out it comes to Kelf. Kelf picks the ball up, runs around, looks on the right foot, looks to centre the ball. Benny Edry's there. He's pushed up the ground. Will he handball it on? No, but he kicks wider again to Fisher. So they've transferred play right across the ground. Fisher looks up. He handballs the ball over to Shane Newnham. Shane Newman looks towards goal. Can he kick it? No, Taylor will be there. Yes. He touches the ball. Lee Taylor pushes the ball through for one behind. So that takes Beaconsfield score to 16-10, 106 to 6-13-49.
And Derek, I must talk a bit about Garfield because theirs has been an astonishing performance this year because really they had a poor year last year and were expected to run with the pack again this year. It took until the last round for them to actually make the finals, and they've beaten everybody on their way through to yet another grand final. He's done a marvellous job, Lee Taylor, with a very ordinary side. Yep. We can't take that away. It has been ordinary. As O'Hara, Ben Samalis doesn't shepherd. Ben Samalis gets the ball. He's got to find somebody. He now chips it in short towards, who is it? Towards Jack Allen. He can't mark. No, it's Sean Pickering. Picked up there by Musgrove. Wide to Runge. Runge has one bounce. He drops in short now towards Robbins, and he's marked it on his chest. Robbins now, he'll chip in short too. He looks towards Cashman, can't mark it. Picked up here by Samalis, he goes wide. The ball goes out of bounds on the full. No, it'll be a throw in.
Yeah, it's nearly all over, Bob. The players are very tired. As I said, it's been a very tough contest all day. Young McFarlane's hurt his, looks as if he's hurt his hamstring, as he did earlier in the final series. Withers is up, Penglazey's up there as well. Mislicki, he's had plenty of footy. He's fresh too by the look of him. He wheels round on the left foot. He kicks the ball forward, looking for Cashman. He'll mark it. Oh no, great defensive play there by Gavin Upton. But Runge front and centre again. And no, he's kicked a point and the siren goes. Beaconsfield, they're celebrating as the scoreboard clicks over to 16 goals, 11, 107, defeating Garfield 6-13-49. As we watch the celebrations, all the Beaconsfield clan running out to congratulate their players. Garfield have put up a mighty performance, but in the end, just weren't able to get there.
Right, we'll just give you the goal kickers for this another historical game here at West Gippsland Football League headquarters. For Beaconsfield, the winners. Troy Cashman kicked 6. Hayden Robbins kicked 5. Newman kicked 1. Evans kicked 1. Miss Leckie kicked 1. And Studham, Newman kicked 2. And Miss Leckie kicked 1. And for Garfield, their 6 goal kickers were Mel McKenna kicked 3. Andy Samalis 1. Joe Allen 1. And Sean Pickering 1. Well, Derek, I think the game went as predicted. It was a great win by Beaconsfield. Garfield threw it all at them in the third quarter in an endeavour they made. Heaps of changes in the third quarter to try and get round Beaconsfield's dominance of the game. They got within 21 points. They missed up a goal from McKenna that probably would have got them a bit closer and kept their momentum going. They didn't. Cashman came back and kicked a goal, and Beaconsfield then just ran away with the game. So I think Beaconsfield deservedly the 2001 champions. They've been the best side all the year, and Garfield, to their credit, have had a marvellous season as well.
Yeah, I think the score probably indicates, if we were just simply looking at statistics during the course of the year, in their two meetings, the results been fairly similar. In the first round, Beaconsfield was 14-11-95 to Garfield 4-9-33, and in round 13, July 14th, Beaconsfield was 25-12-162 to Garfield 7-4-46. So these have probably been indicative of how those contests have been, and yet about halfway through that third quarter, when Garfield got to 46 points, and at that stage Beaconsfield was 9-9-63. I mean, we were wondering whether it might have been a closer contest.
Well, I think we both got excited at that time, and it looked like we might have been biased towards Garfield. We weren't. It was just that I think we were trying to edge Garfield on to make a real game of it, which they did there for a while. But the strength of the Eagles told in the finish, and the fact that they kicked 6-0 in the last quarter vindicated their favouritism for the 2001 flag.
And Bob, it was really played in two halves. I mean, you had Robbins and Runge, who were absolutely outstanding in the first half for Beaconsfield, and then in the second half you had players like Ben Mackay and Troy Cashman.
Exactly, yeah. So that was an excellent. We're being put out of the game here by Ray Payne. I agree with that, Derek, that they took it in turns to actually dominate the game, and those four players probably weren't contained for the whole game. So it was an excellent, but they were well backed up. There's six men in the back line. There's 6 men in the back line were excellent right throughout, and any time that Garfield went forward, the 6 back halves certainly played fine games. Sutherland, Airdrie were magnificent right throughout, marked everything that came their way. Craig Jackson marked everything. Fisher did very well also. So they were excellent.
Bob, your best player on the ground?
My best player on the ground today, that's going to be a hard one. I think Runge played exceptionally well early. His third quarter wasn't so good, came back into the last quarter, but for a four-quarter effort, I'd give it to David Runge.
David Runge, and your best players for Garfield. We've got someone standing by waiting to hear your comments,
Well,
Bob.
I don't care what he thinks of my comments, but I know I do shop down at Fountain Gate occasionally. Very occasionally. Easily their best player, I thought, was Dan O'Hara, the centre half back, simply because O'Hara played on the back half in the first half, was excellent, went into the ruck, went forward. I would have loved to him kick the goal because I thought he was excellent right throughout.
Justin Pickering,
both Pickering boys played well.
David
Taylor, you got plenty of the ball. Ben Samala, I still think Ben Samala's played pretty well.
I think Lincoln Withers tried hard.
Withers tried. Obviously, like Clifford, was carrying an injury and didn't have much effect on the game. They were probably the best. It was hard to Williams tried hard in the first half, but look, he's not a ruckman. And Ben Marsh, I thought Marsh did an excellent job on Evans while he was on the ground too. And Peter Harper.
Yes,
I thought
Harper
tried hard. There was other people around us who would, but at least he put his body in front of the ball and he made his opponent earn his kicks.
And when you run through Beaconsfield's best players, I'll just throw a couple at you. Craig Jackson was very good for Beaconsfield. Runge, as we mentioned, he and Hayden Robbins in that first half were absolutely outstanding. I thought Timmy Musgrove played a good game. Ben Mackay and Chris Kelf in the first half did a fantastic job in the ruck, and then Ben Mackay came on fresh as a daisy and jumped all over them.
Yeah, that was a great move because Garfield had moved Allen into the ruck, and he was using his spring to get above Kelf, and then they decided, Mackay was off the ground, they brought him back on, and he took control. Other players, yes, certainly Airdrie. We don't keep stats here, but Airdrie's game at centre half back was excellent too.
Yep, Scotty Black played well, Bob.
Yes, number 33. He and young Howard would have learned a lot from that game today. His first grand final in senior football at 16 years of age. Got a good career in front of him. But he came up against one of the best wingmen in the league in Scott Black, and I thought Blackie's game was excellent. Very good overhead too.
I don't think, just having a look through here, I don't think they had a weak link, Beaconsfield. Everyone contributed. I mean, you go through their back line, you had Sutherland, Fisher, Airdrie, Jackson, Studham from time to time.
Reardon made a couple of charges down the ground.
Good.
Yeah.
No, they all did. And young Stenier, I was impressed with him on McKenna in that first half.
Yes, he did an excellent job. And they certainly did their homework, Beaconsfield, you know.
He's a streaker. Have we got him on camera? There he goes through the middle of the ground. We've got him. We've got him on film. There he goes.
He's going straight for that truck, and he's going into the truck.
Yeah, so there's the highlight. As they look towards putting the presentations to Beaconsfield. Now, Troy Cashman will win the best player, Bob.
Yeah, yes, Caseman was excellent, yeah.
They're all celebrating and suggesting that Beaconsfield is the best side, obviously, for the day. And they're just going through the players. Hayden Robbins, who's kicked 5 goals for today.
What's that make him for the year? 5, 87, 92, 98, I think.
Clint Evans, who ended up with a hand injury. I don't know how that was sustained, but very clever, always wheeling round on that left foot, Bob.
Yeah, got it early in the game too, which was unfortunate for Evans.
Chris Studham, back-to-back premierships, missed, as I said earlier.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who that was, but it was Christian Studham. He always contributes 100%. He's a jolly good player, and there he is with his young daughter. Got it with Dad's number on the back. I wish that flag would get out of the way, but we can't do much about that.
Yep, Glenn Penglazy, who they suggest is probably one of the most courageous players, pound for pound, that Beaky's seen. David Rungy, who's been absolutely outstanding. He just hits the front of the packs, Bob, doesn't he?
Yes, I watched him today at one stage when he was hitting a pack. He actually jumped up and down on the one spot. He knew when to go, so it was a good effort.
The Scorpion, Scotty Sutherland, who's not unfamiliar with these surrounds, being a premiership player.
Very, very experienced player.
Michael Fisher, who's done a fantastic job, played in all sorts of positions over his time at Beaconsfield, full back, half back, flank back, pocket, tagging roles, but did a fantastic job today. Benny Airdrie played a fantastic, very good overhead.
Look,
Bob.
I thought his game for the total game was excellent. You know, didn't make a mistake. Neither did this bloke, Craig Jackson.
Yeah,
had an excellent game.
I think he's brought a new dimension to his game. It's as most attacking as I've seen him.
Yeah.
Centre half back might suit him. Benny Collins, one of your
players of the week during the year.
Yes, that's right.
He kicked 8 goals against Garfield last time. Didn't get much of a chance today, but got a great future in front of him.
Matty Riordan, is it?
Reardon.
We're happy with Matty.
Yeah, he played a great game.
Strong on the left foot. Craig Lane.
Well,
He's
Craig
number 22
didn't have much of a chance today. Very unusual not to use the interchange, but he's got a premiership medal. That's one more than I've got. He's got 2.
The red boot boy, Benny Mackay.
Benny Mackay went into the ruck in the second half, played excellently.
And father played at Hawthorn too, so there's a bit of pedigree there.
Oh, yes. I thought he could have gone on a bit further, Ben. Had a go at Springvale, didn't make it.
Timmy Musgrave.
I think Musgrave will probably win the most improved player at Beaconsfield this year. Had a wonderful year.
Shane Unum, who kicked 2 goals and was very handy on a half-forward flank, Bob.
Yeah, he's one of those unobtrusive players that they seem to forget the opposition.
That's right. Scotty Black, the left-footer from Gembrook. In his second premiership, Bob, I think, is it or not?
Yes. No, he didn't play in that last one, but an excellent player. Excellent game.
Chris Kelf, been backwards and forwards between Beaconsfield and Berwick and rucked very, very well this
he's
year.
probably been their find of the season, the Chris Kelf this year. He's had an excellent year for a young bloke who took over the ruck role and did it very well.
And you can hear the adoring fans revving up Troy Cashman, and he'll give us a bit of a shake and a scream up there, will he?
No, I don't think so. Troy's very easy does.
Yes.
A great game. 6 goals. 6 wonderful goals too.
Yeah, I think 6 straight, Bob.
6 straight, yep.
Daniel Mislicki, who came in from the Dandenong Stingrays, very talented left footer, number 56.
Both the two boys who came in from the Stingrays are good. Michael Stenier just coming up now, and Dan Mislecki are both wonderful players, and I don't know whether they'll go. There's been some talk that Mislecki might get drafted this year, and we hope so for his sake.
And Lee Clifford. We thought, and it'd be interesting to get a after-game report as to whether he went in with an injury, but we felt that he looked a little bit rigid between the hips and the shoulders, but his second half he seemed to be a little bit freer in his movement.
Yeah, well, the old football certainly helps improve a lot of injuries of players, and I thought he led the side brilliantly. He's so cool and calm and collected in his thoughts, Lee, and he's done a great job with the side this year. And as I said, I think he's missed over half the year himself.
And I think the other thing is he's very straightforward assessment to his players too. They know exactly where they stand.
Yeah, he reminds he reminds me of another Lee Matthews. He stares at you and you do what he says. Yeah. So it's been an excellent win as Peter Evans, the president, and Lee Clifford hold the Premiership Cup aloft.
They've asked Lee to say a few words. He's thanking Garfield. You can probably still see the scoreboard. Beaconsfield convincing winners in the end, 16-11, 106 to 6-13, 49. And obviously from a coach's point of view, this is all you could expect, isn't it? You're playing coach as well, Bob.
Oh, that's right. It's certainly, and it's topped off an excellent year for the Beaconsfield club. Leading goal kicker in Hayden Robbins. Did they give a best player on the ground award?
They haven't at this stage.
At this particular stage, yeah. As they all try and get on the greens. This is a new one. Normally they get them on the ground. Now they're, and the old man there up in the back is Troy Cashman. Unfortunately, that woman with the flag has probably really stymied our cameraman Stefan here today. But and thank you again, Stefan, as Tim Collis is being carried off the ground for the Garfield Football
Stars.
Club.
Yes.
Stefan's going to pick Timmy up. He's been a great little player for the Garfield Football Club. Wouldn't have wanted to go out of the game like this today, but it's good to see. And that's Garfield, you know, the way they look after their own. And Timmy's being carried off the ground after a wonderful career. Won the best and fairest in the thirds and fourths in the league. Represented the league on many, many occasions and carries a million tats. He's a really colourful player and been a good bloke too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm not sure whether they've nominated the best player on the ground at this stage. Usually it's done before the player ceremonies and all the other awards being handed out. But at this particular stage, it doesn't appear that one's been given.
No, there mightn't have been one this year. So anyway, but it's. I'm just listening to the radio guys from 99.5 FM saying what a wonderful day it's been today, and I think we would agree too that it certainly has been a great day of football here today at the hallowed. What's the word I'm looking for, Marcus? This is the place for grand finals, isn't it? Derek, I should say it is the place for grand finals at Cora, Lynn, and everybody really enjoys coming out here to watch the football.
Well, I think their facilities, I mean, they've updated all their social facilities, and everyone's got an opportunity to park their cars, and everyone just digs in this country community of Cora, Lynn. They've presented the ground in absolutely first-class condition today.
They certainly have, and if you look around the ground, they've got a new pavilion, which is excellent, and David Runge is leading the players around the ground as they do their lap of honour. The older blokes are sort of dragging along behind. A couple of injured players there, but a wonderful job by the Beaconsfield Football Club to win the premiership. And we're seeing a couple of proud parents here. Keithy Robbins is just walking past the front of us, father of Hayden. Keith was former captain coach of the Nanagoon Footy Club at one stage, and he was a good footballer himself. But Hayden, to me, is the number one player in the competition because he gets every eye that love him or hate him, and he certainly is a match winner for his side.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic effort from Beaconsfield. They've thoroughly deserved their win this year. I mean, from start to finish, they've been the yardstick. They were probably a little bit stiff last year, to be honest. They got caught on an extremely wet day. And whether that helped or not, I mean, obviously, from their point of view, it didn't, and Pakenham actually got over them. But, no, they've been a thoroughly deserving side for the last probably, 4 or 5 years. They've been a real threat, Bob, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've been the measuring stick, and I mean, they took the professionalism that extra step last year when they appointed a full-time general manager to assist in the running of the club. And I mean, we're only playing grassroots football, but unfortunately, one way we have to go for a bit of professional off the field as well. And it's paid off for the Eagles in the finish. An excellent year.
I mean, it's a credit to their administration. I mean, they're certainly rated as far as West Gippsland people are concerned as being at the forefront in their administration. They've got a side together. They've picked up a couple of young fellas. I mean, to think that they've picked up Ben Mackay and they've picked up Clint Evans during the course of the year, along with obviously their rucking recruiting Chris Kelf, which you mentioned earlier. But no, it's a credit to them.
Yeah. Well, Derek, I think that this sort of, if Stefan thinks that we've had enough of football here in West Gippsland, he's been on the job all day, he's done a wonderful job again, and we look forward perhaps coming back here to Cora to watch another grand final of West Gippsland football in 2002.
Good on you, Bob. Thanks very much.